Hi.
Nice to see you. What's going on? Give me another one of them days, Terry.
Is it?
Oh, come on. You don't feel it already? You don't feel the loss of Heath Ledger floating over us?
Oh, my gosh, that was crazy.
Amy Winehouse spotted smoking crack.
I know.
Hitting you a little bit, Terry?
Oh, that doesn't hit me at all.
Has emerged of troubled,
listen up.
Truly startling video. Truly startling video has emerged of troubled.
I'd be a good mixer in the clubs, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you'd be
video
great.
has emerged of troubled singer Amy Winehouse apparently smoking crack.
Oh, jeez.
But we're all on an Amy Winehouse death watch.
Well, we weren't on a Heath Ledger death watch.
I know.
Nobody thought there was anything wrong there. I mean, we were all busy focusing on Owen Wilson, and look what happened.
I know. Isn't that? And you know who he was spotted canoodling with recently?
Who?
One of the
Heath
Olsen
Ledger?
twins, yeah.
Really?
Yes,
At least he got
just
a last
recently.
bang for his buck, didn't he?
Yeah, and in fact, his early speculation was that it was not actually his apartment in Manhattan, but it was hers. Yeah, but that was quickly squashed.
Hey, I don't want to get too deep into it right now.
I know.
Hope he at least got a chance at that. But, yeah, that was really something that caught everyone by surprise. Here was a guy that seemed like he had his whole act together. I mean, yeah, everyone thought maybe he did a little recreational something or other.
But you didn't hear much about him.
You didn't hear anything about any problems. No one even knows if this was an overdose or a suicide. I guess we'll get more information on that with the autopsy. But as I said, we're not going to get too deep into it now. We'll talk about it in a little bit.
Right.
I don't want to get too far behind right now, Terry.
Okay.
But if you don't think that January brings on some of these days, Terry, some of these days with just a little cloud, but then you get it out of the way, and it's beautiful spring and summer, and everyone's great. Yeah.
All the
and
love.
the stock market, which avoided that little mini crash that I told you about yesterday, may happen today. So we'll have to look forward to today.
Can't wait.
Yes.
Get your pills ready.
And of course, as the details of Heath Ledger's passing come in, we have a more educated team on the situation than anyone, because our crack staff, headed up by Slipshot Scott, is got more knowledge in the drug field,
right,
in the recreational drug area, than really anyone in media.
I did major in that in college, so yeah, I do have some knowledge.
Major, minored,
Right.
everything. Got it all covered, and he'll give us his vantage point from every foundation of knowledge that he has on every potential drug topic that can be a part of this equation, Terry. But it's really, I mean, he was going to play Batman. He was going to be in the Batman movie as the Joker.
He
would look.
was.
Yeah, it's already done.
It's already done.
Oh, it's in the can?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That was the last one. He was working on something else. He was in the middle of working on a new movie.
Yeah,
but
like 3 movies coming out.
Yeah, the Joker was already done.
Yeah.
A little sick to think about, but the ticket sales for the Batman movie now are going to go through the roof.
Yeah, no question.
Absolutely through the roof.
Yeah.
Because when this movie comes out, the talk was going to be such a great Joker. It was not going to be funny. But now that he's no longer amongst the living, people are going to be like, I want to see that.
Yeah.
So I didn't know it was already done. It's completely done?
Yep.
And he said he had trouble doing that, because it's such a dark role that it kind of made him freak out a little bit, and he was really having some tough days doing that role.
So you think
But
this
he said he
may
had
have
fun
added
with
to
it,
this, or what?
Maybe a little bit.
Is that the feeling now? That the dark roles that he was playing kind of just carried over into his everyday life and may have led to this, or what?
I don't think that alone.
Is your gut telling you suicide or overdose? Accidental overdose?
Accidental.
I think over.
Hang on. I don't want to get too deep into this. I don't want to get too deep into this. I'll ask you that. Pretend I didn't ask that question yet.
Truly startling video has emerged of troubled singer Amy Winehouse apparently smoking crack.
Sounds like things are normal with her, though.
I know. She's good.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, she's been telling us about this for a long time. So
Crack.
Jeez,
nothing. I didn't even know crack was making a comeback like apparently it is. Is crack making a little mini comeback or what? Well, yeah, no. So pretend I didn't ask.
Okay.
There you go. See, that's the thing about this show, ladies and gentlemen. If we want to rewind the clock, we find a way. No, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that we find a way. So let us step aside. No, I didn't mean to say that. So let us take a break, I meant to say. And we'll come back and get things started right. That didn't sound right. Rewind that. we will begin this here program right after these words.
The T-Man Show.
Hollywood stunned, 28-year-old Heath Ledger found dead inside a Manhattan apartment. As fans and police mixed to create a surreal scene, breaking news from investigators who say there were no signs of foul play.
Yeah, that's going to be obviously a big topic this morning, Terry, but I don't want to get too deep into it now. It's certainly something that everyone heard about between yesterday and today.
Yeah.
And as I told you earlier, we will discuss it all through the morning. But I want to hear what other stories, believe it or not, you have right now, if you've accumulated anything so far. Do you have anything so far we can talk about, or what?
I actually do.
I want to know what other things are going on right there, out there right now, because we're going to be, as I said, talking about it so much that I want to distribute other issues that are going on during the course of the program. So give me something else. What do you have?
Okay, well, I have some pictures of Mariah Carey topless on a beach in the Caribbean. I mean, granted, it's not like, I mean, she's...
Are they from 10 years ago, Jerry?
No, they're as of recent.
Not really interested.
Actually, all right, well...
She looks good or what? I'm sure she looks all right.
Yeah, she looks all right. She definitely...
When you dress like her, though, you see pretty much everything all the time anyway, don't you? I mean, you've pretty much seen everything.
How much of a downgrade has there been? Probably not that much between her 10 years ago and now, or her even 12 when she first came on the scene 15 years ago and now?
Yeah.
Maybe even close to 20 years now she's been out there.
Yeah, but she had she's
held up pretty well, or what?
She has, but, there were times when she was a little chunky and, but she's looking
Where are the
decent.
Thomas Wells in that time? Some real fleshy tiggies, Terry. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Bring them on.
She actually looks pretty good, and, I mean, it's decent. But, however, I mean, she is trying to hold up a magazine.
All right, well, Pasty will print them out for me, and we will put them up on the front page of the TManShow.com. Now, I hope you're not letting us down, Terry, because sometimes you get us all hyped up for topless photos. Now, Mariah Carey is not on the top of my list by any means.
Right.
Here comes the Pasty one.
I'm in.
Oh, yes.
But you're not saying what's your
hand out of there, Pasty. Oh, just. You can't see anything here, Terry. It's
a little bit of a boobie.
Oh,
little booby shot.
See more of her when she's dressed. She's got a magazine over one boob. She's got a
drink in a hand and ready to go.
She's got her hand, her arm in the way. Her body looks pretty good though.
Yeah, you're not screaming put on a one piece, right?
From where she's come from and how long she's been out there, she doesn't have. No, she absolutely is not a person where I have to. Well, I can't help myself but to say, one page. No, she's fine. I mean, I don't know. She probably looked better when she was a little thicker. She probably is a little too narrow in the hip area and the waist area. Well, not the waist, but I don't know. She's kind of like, I don't know.
She doesn't really do anything.
Nah, she's not really doing it for me.
All right, then. That's what it all boils down to.
With that said, though, I am coming on and saying that she certainly looks good for where she's come from and how long she's, for how long she's been out there is basically what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she's got to be pushing what, about almost... Is she knocking on 40's door?
Yeah, she's like 36, I think.
I think she's older than that.
I think she's right around 36.
36, 37, something like that sounds about
right.
Right.
She's close.
We will put this on the front page of the TManShow.com in a matter of moments, right, Paigey Day? Okay. So you can judge for yourselves. You can call in with your reviews if you are so inclined, if you're interested, at 1-866-663-TMAN. I don't know. I'm not even getting a half tank. So, what else you got?
Reese Witherspoon is out there scolding those so-called serious actresses who do nude scenes.
Oh.
Yes.
She's not yelling at the porn stars of the world.
No.
What the hell are you guys doing getting naked? She's not saying that. You're saying serious actresses,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is that the difference? Is there only two kinds of actresses, serious actresses and porn stars? Or are there, some shades of gray actresses that she's also not talking to? She's talking to, who is she talking to when you say serious actresses?
I would say and mind you, in her quote, she says she's flabbergasted.
That's her word?
Yes. She's flabbergasted by how many legitimate actresses do it.
I don't know if I've ever been flabbergasted, Terry. I don't think I ever want to be flabbergasted.
Really?
Sounds like a real, I don't know, prissy type word. I'm flabbergasted.
How dare you? I thought you were a serious actress.
A person who was scolding someone for taking their clothes off would be flabbergasted, wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah.
So, someone like Kathy Bates.
Maybe so.
Pretty serious actress.
Yes, and she's taking her clothes off, right?
Yeah, totally.
Got out of a hot tub with a Jack Nicholson movie where she had her big old milkers flopping in the wind there. And
loved it.
Is Reese Witherspoon having to go knock on her front door and scold her and tell her how flabbergasted she is?
I'm sure she does.
Kathy Bates will hit her with her Oscar and say, "Get out of here."
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if she has an Oscar, but I think she does.
I mean, Halle Berry, we saw her get naked.
That's right.
I guess Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon wouldn't be flabbergasted to understand why I'm not interested in seeing any of her movies anymore.
Yeah, right.
If you ain't getting naked,
Right.
Legally Blonde 3 comes out, I'm there.
Maybe you just don't have the body for it, Reese. Don't start scolding other serious actresses that can pull it off and actually look really hot when they take their clothes off and yet don't lose the legitimacy of their acting abilities.
Do you want the rest of her little quote?
Who is she to scold?
I know. Yeah, well.
Does she think she's the top of the acting heap already, or what?
Well, probably so. She's one of the highest paid actresses,
I
correct?
think she is the highest paid.
Yeah,
I think she is
you're
actually
right.
number one.
Yeah. And she hasn't had to take off her clothes, so maybe that's why she's scolding. She's trying to prove a point that really you don't have to. She's done some legitimate stuff.
I tell her to shut up.
Oh, okay.
Mind your own business. If you don't want to take off your clothes, don't take off your clothes. But who are you to wiggle your freaking flabbergasting finger at every other actress that has decided, maybe in an artistic and theatrical way, to take off their clothes? Maybe they're not embarrassed of their milky bodies like you are. Stop passing judgment. Who out there, I don't care how big Reese Witherspoon is, who is she to think she could pass judgment on others? Scolding. She's trying to be a role model to even other actresses. Be a role model to Amy Winehouse and people like that who are on crack and really have problems.
That's tough to do.
Who is she really talking to? Who else has taken off their clothes lately that she may be referring to?
Well, did you hear me mention Halle Berry?
Oh, Halle Berry. She's calling out Halle Berry.
Who is soon to be a mother, too, by the way.
When was the last time Halle Berry took off her clothes? I know she took off her clothes in that movie with Hugh Jackman.
Swordfish?
Yes.
She did that. And didn't she go topless in a Bond movie? She was a Bond girl, right?
I don't know if she went topless, but she definitely showed a lot. And she had a real raunchy little moment there in Monsters Ball.
Oh, yeah. Everybody loves that one.
Everyone loves that scene, and she won an Academy Award for that scene. So
Yes.
you know what? Shoddy.
Best performance bent over a couch.
Oh, God.
Halle Berry. Yes, I did it.
Reese Witherspoon may need to shuddy. She may have a little issues of her own going on that she should sort out before she worries about everyone else's issues.
She says, quote, I am a role model for my children. Hollywood is one of those endless competitions. It's a race towards nothing. I just want to be the best version of myself that I can be.
Sounds like someone may be a little still bitter over the breakup she had, fresh in her mind from just a year or two ago. Yes, and she's now taking out all her frustrations on the rest of the acting female actress world. Mm-hmm. I know she's with Jake Jiggleballs now, and she's probably pretending like she's all happy and things couldn't be better, but she may be a little bit frustrated and bitter over things, and she's lashing out without thinking things through when someone sticks a microphone in her face, and that's probably what happened. She probably got a little carried away with her comments in one of these little interviews. You do so many interviews, all of a sudden you start losing your filter a little bit, and maybe she got a little carried away, and she shouldn't be calling out every other serious actress. I still am not clear on what a serious actress is. Is it two groups, porn stars and other actresses, and those other actresses are considered serious actresses, or what?
Well, do you consider a porn star a serious actress? No, because...
No, well, that's my point. Oh, Terry's...
No, I wasn't...
I'm asking, is there any other group? Is it two groups? Porn stars, obviously not serious actresses. They're porn stars. And everyone else who is in the acting world, she's talking to all of you. She's talking to everyone but porn stars.
No, I don't think she'd call Paris Hilton a serious actress.
So Paris Hilton could take off her clothes in whatever movie she wants,
Yes.
according to
I think there's like
Reese Witherspoon.
like C-list
Right.
people that she doesn't
Right.
care about.
You don't think Reese would call Paris aside and say, I think you have the potential to be a good actress.
I
so
don't
why
think
are you
so.
taking off your clothes?
No, but I think
Have a
like
little more
your
dignity, bitch.
Ain't happening.
yeah, but I think your upper echelon actresses, like your Sandra Bullocks, your Angelina Jolie, and Kate Blanchett, and Gwyneth
Blanchett taking off her
Paltrow.
clothes.
right,
Angelina
and-
Jolie hasn't taken off her clothes in any movies that I've seen recently, has she?
Not recently.
Not
She's
recently,
been
she
topless
has.
in a lot of movies.
Yes.
Tomb Raider? What movie has she been in that she's
Older
taken
stuff.
off her clothes?
Older
When?
stuff.
You can see her naked if you look hard enough.
Yeah. She did a movie where she portrayed a model. This was like earlier in her day, and she was,
So
all
the
over
question is...
Everyone's
yes,
been topless once.
The question is,
Reese.
yes, Reese Witherspoon has a lot of credibility and she
Yes.
deserves some accolades, but is she out of line for opening her yap and pretending like she speaks and she has the wiggle finger power over the rest of the actresses in Hollywood, and she can... I mean, she's still not even, 35? What is she? She's
Yeah.
about 31, 32, somewhere
Probably,
in there?
yeah.
Has she earned enough stripes to be able to open her yap and start scolding the rest of the actress world? Why don't you be more like me, she's telling everyone. Does she have that right? Or is it a little premature, even though she's won an Oscar and even though she's the highest paid and yes, she's a little holier than thou than the average actress out there. Even with that said, has she yet earned the right to say, why don't you guys be like me and have a little dignity? Has she earned that right, or is she overstepping? That's the question. Looking for an answer.
I'm going overstepping.
She's overstepped.
I actually,
I agree. Shut your
whoa.
Oh.
Wait till you're like
Okay, I want-
65 and then talk down to people. That's usually when they do that.
But I think also, too, if you look at the state of the way, Hollywood is these days, then maybe that's what's what's prompting her a little bit. It is getting a little, maybe she feels it's getting a little
I don't
too
think so.
skinnish.
I think it's not skittish enough. Take off more clothes.
So-
and we'll go to more movies. Oh, wow. It's all about art, Terry. There's nothing wrong with the naked body.
I
Why does
understand
everyone have a
that,
problem? What's Reese's hang up over her true, given by nature body, Terry? Who's to say the naked body is so damn dirty? Maybe that's Reese's opinion, that it's vile to be out there showing your body like that, but another person may have a different opinion.
Oh, yeah.
So shut your yap. And I don't think she has to wait till 65, because if you wait till 65 to make those comments, then you're seen as senile and out of touch.
Right.
But she certainly could have waited till 45 to make those comments.
but again,
waited 10 years.
But Kathy Bates got naked at a later age, so maybe she'll want to do it when she's 60. Wait till you're like out of the game and you can then you can talk down to people, I think.
Yeah, let's see
Well-
what happens if all of a sudden Reese Witherspoon is not offered so many parts in 5 to 10 years. Maybe Reese Witherspoon starts to lose a little bit of her popularity or her acting abilities. They start to erode for whatever reason. Sometimes even acting abilities, can go by the wayside, and maybe Reese Witherspoon has to reevaluate what she's willing to do. Right now, she's being paid $20 million a movie.
Yeah.
Maybe one day she won't be offered 20, 10, even $5 million a movie, and you'll be surprised how if you ran through your money, she's probably investing very well.
Oh, I
With the
know.
market's crashing.
You think?
You'll be surprised if the chips are down, what one might be willing to do. Yeah, she can speak from a position of being paid $20 million a movie. Yeah, really stepping out there, telling everyone not to take their clothes off. They're not getting $20 million a movie like you, Reese, so shut your yap.
Whoa. But she'll come back to you.
She's never done any topless scene at any point in her career?
No.
She's never shown a boob in any movie she's ever done.
that's true or not.
I don't think so.
I kind of feel like I've seen her boobs. What about in the movie Fear with Marky Mark way back when? Mark Wahlberg in 1995, Terry.
If it's out there,
I will find it.
Which
Just scouring now.
I remember going to the movie Fear thinking we were all going to just sit there and laugh at how bad Mark Wahlberg's acting skills were. And then by the end of the movie, I was like, wow, he was really good.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And then Boogie Nights just confirmed it, Terry.
I know.
Oh, when I saw him topless in that. Oh, I was so in.
When I saw him bottomless, I said again.
I didn't want to bring that up. So again, the question. Should Reese Witherspoon shut her freaking yap? Or has she done a service to all the actresses in Hollywood?
Well, I think
Getting out there, stepping on the ledge, and being a role model. Yes, Terry.
Yeah, although I mean, it seems like she's kind of being, scolding or whatever. I think with her, she has won an Oscar, and she is the highest paid actress, so I think she's trying to prove a point that...
But wait a minute, I just thought of something.
What?
Wasn't Fear the movie where she got fingered on the roller coaster, Terry, so to speak? Sorry, it's been...
I know. I think that's a little bit...
Yeah, there was a time when Reese wasn't so holier than thou, apparently, because I all of a sudden just had a flashback to 1995 where Mark Wahlberg is sitting there with the roller coaster on the incline, Terry, tick, 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 and she is all cozy with him in the roller coaster little, whatever you call it, seat there.
Right.
And he's jamming away, Terry, and she didn't all of a sudden say, well, we have to cut this scene. I don't remember her saying that.
Well, but she's not naked now, is she?
That's even worse, though.
But her thing...
Better off getting topless than be... That was like bordering on pornographic.
She's been topless. She's definitely been topless.
She's definitely been topless, too. Yeah, I agree. I don't know what movie. I'll figure it out. And I just figured this. I just remembered this scene all of a sudden. All these things come back to me,
but
Terry.
She's not all. You can't see anything.
Disney will have to charge more for that.
Terry, the implication is there. She was getting...
I understand that.
And you could see something. I saw a couple of hairs. You could... see things, and you knew what was going on that roller coaster. She was making all kinds of faces, looking like she was in the throes of ecstasy because Mark Wahlberg's fingers are so talented. And now she's talking like, oh, now that she's making $20 million a movie, she's scolding every actress in Hollywood. How could you do this? I'm flabbergasted. And we got listeners calling in right now saying she was topless in a movie called Twilight. I didn't see Twilight, but I will look into this, Terry.
All right.
So I don't know who she thinks she is. But she now has lost all her credibility, in my mind.
Okay, just because of that scene.
You started this story by basically saying she has never been topless and at least has... whether you think she had a right to say this or not, at least has not done anything like what she's flabbergasted other actresses for doing. She's been topless, perhaps, in this movie Twilight that we'll confirm maybe in the next couple of minutes whether that's true or not. And I definitely remember on that roller coaster scene in the movie Fear, Terry, there were a couple of scenes in Fear that were a little bit risque, at least from the point of view of a woman who now wants to step up and say, how could you all be doing this? Be more like Reese Witherspoon. So who does she think she is? Freaking hypocrite. But let's get your thoughts on this. 1-866-6... Oh, Pasty's printing. Look at the way he walks into the studio here, Terry.
Is he printing out
holding up the picture in my face, showing me Reese Witherspoon. She's got some nice boobies here, too, by the way. Wow. Yeah. I didn't know they would look this good. What year was Twilight? Pasty's printing me out new pictures from Twilight. Doesn't take him long, does it? What?
No.
90 what?
97.
97. Nice nipples.
Wow.
Love a nice set of nipples, Terry.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Glad to hear that.
How big is that for women, Terry? How big is the feeling of seeing a man's nipples and really being like, oh, wow, he's got nice nipples? Is it factor in at all? It never registers?
No, I believe it does register.
So it is somewhere on the
screen.
Scale of importance.
Yeah, because I think...
it's on the radar screen.
Yeah, I don't think... Just like with men, I think there are some men who really appreciate the oversized, nipple and area. Or the areola.
I don't like oversized nipples.
No, you don't?
I don't like them small. I don't like them non-existent.
What about
a nice quarter to $50 size nipple, Terry?
Right.
Any bigger than $50, I'm kind of like losing my feel for it.
I think it's kind of the same with women. I think
I don't like bologna sliced nipples like a lot of guys do.
I
do not like those big bologna slices.
Right.
I know. Hot Fudge Scott is a big fan of the oversized salami sliced nipples.
Yeah.
Can you use bologna instead of salami, please?
Well, depends what kind of women you're into. But That's where me and him differ on a lot of things when it comes to taste in women, Terry.
Right,
But,
I understand.
I just want to know how important up on the priority scale nipples are as far as women are concerned as it pertains to the men that they're checking out, Terry. Does it matter? It matters a tiny bit?
I think it does matter some, yeah. I think just like with men, there's a level of importance.
But is it kind of like an umpire in baseball, Terry? You don't notice it unless it's a problem? Like if a guy has good nipples, is it something you just will not even notice? You'll just overlook it?
Right.
And you'll only notice it if it's a bad, big, like man boob or saggy nipple situation. So it's kind of like that.
Yes.
If a guy has good nipples, you don't even really notice. See, if a woman has good nipples, Terry, a man is like, oh, wow, she's got perfect nipples. At least that's the way I am.
Oh,
I think most guys are, yeah. So it's a different feel to it.
Yes. Yes, definitely. I mean, but I like I said, we do take notice. But you are also correct. If it's a problem, it's more noticeable. That's when we go, oh, okay.
Right. Like an umpire that made a bad call. You don't notice him in the game. You're not thinking about the umpire unless he makes that bad call. Yes.
Right.
Garrett, you're on the air. Hello, Garrett.
How you doing, T-Man?
Pretty good, sir. What's up?
I just wanted to comment on Reese Witherspoon. I think she's overstepping. I'm sorry.
I would think that most people might react that way. Yeah, we understand that she has earned a lot in her profession, but still, she's overstepped by calling out all actresses in Hollywood, basically saying, why can't you be more like me?
Yeah,
meanwhile,
she's done what? Legally Blonde? I really don't think that's a good movie for her to be calling out other actresses.
Well, she's done other movies besides that.
Well, and even Legally Blonde was a good movie. And it was like a
I think she's overstepping.
Exactly. All right, so Garrett is on the side that Reese Witherspoon should shut her frickin' yap. And that's pretty much what I want to get a read on out there.
Okay.
Are people appreciating Reese Witherspoon as a role model? Or are you in the other camp? Shut your frickin' yap. You're no goody two-shoes. Or even if you are, no one likes a goody two-shoes. No one likes a prissy little wench there telling everyone how to be. Mike in Seattle, you're on the air.
Shut your yap, you wench.
Wow.
All right, I guess we know where you stand, Mike.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
She's done plenty of those things, like Fear, like you're talking about, up on the roller coaster ride.
Yeah, and now that she's making $20 million, it's easy to say, oh, I'm flabbergasted at everyone in Hollywood for doing these scenes.
Yeah, let me just invite Marky Wahlberg over to my house when Daddy and Mommy are gone and do a little scene on the bed.
Yeah, you're buying a little too much into the movie.
Yeah, just a tad.
Donkey Nuts from Martinez.
Wow,
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Donkey Nuts.
How's it going, T-Man?
Pretty good.
How you doing, Terry?
Good. How are you, Donkey Nuts?
Oh, jeez.
Just wanted to say it.
It's fun to hear Terry say that, isn't it, though?
Yeah, it seemed like you got a lot of a thrill there by saying it, Terry.
Yeah, it did. It's fun.
Terry gets a rush saying your name. Yeah.
Doesn't take much.
No, it doesn't. I get entertained quickly.
Yes, Donkey Nuts. What can we do for you? What do you want to throw into the conversation here?
Well, for
So to
one,
speak.
I think, Miss Witherspoon is coming out of nowhere with this for whatever reason. She should, like you said, shut her yap. But two, remind you that Halle Berry had a pretty wild scene with Billy Bob Thornton in Monsters Ball.
Yeah.
And Angelina Jolie had a beautiful whole movie through Gia.
I was thinking about it. Makes some stuff.
Yeah, that was the movie. Yeah, where she played the model Gia.
An HBO special.
Yeah.
She
played a crazy role.
Yeah, naked throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, she was.
Done more.
The bottom line is Reese Witherspoon's on top of the heap right now, can take any script she wants and ask for any price, but 10 years from now, if things aren't going well, 5 years from now, even if things aren't going well, trust me, she'll be doing soft porn in no time.
Wow.
Oh,
So shut your freaking yap and don't call everyone else out. Especially when you're on top of the heap. I mean, if this was some, struggling actress who said, I could have made more money doing this, that, or the other kind of movie, but I am unwilling to succumb to some of the storylines and some of the things they're asking me to do, so I'll continue to barely get by in this industry and make the movies where I feel proud of myself and like I've done myself good and did a decent part and played a decent role and didn't take my top off here and my top off there. But that's not what this is about. So who does she think she is? Way over the line. See her in a Skinamax movie in 2 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, she's a mother now, so things change a little bit, perspective-wise.
All of a sudden she has kids, so everyone has to clean up their act, right?
Well.
She has children now, so all other actresses have to do right. She didn't worry about other women's children when she was getting fingered on the roller coaster, Terry, when she was making Fear in 1995, did she? She wasn't thinking about anyone else's kids.
No.
Now everyone else has got to worry about her kids. Is that what it's about?
That's typically how it works with parents, though, isn't it? Don't they become holier than thou when they have kids, usually? I mean, to some degree.
Do right by my kids, please. But I never even considered your kids when I didn't have children.
Right.
I don't care about your kids.
Well,
mine.
I think that it does change you a little bit. More than a little bit.
Jeff in San Bruno, good morning.
Hey, what's up? Hey, all I got to say is one thing. Is if you're getting paid $20 million a movie, you better be getting The Shocker by Marky Mark naked on the roller coaster.
Whoa!
Sean in Tacoma, hello.
The Shocker sounds
Good morning. I think Reese and Terry should put on a one-piece.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Terry, you going to take that?
I'm
Sounds like it.
I'm okay with my body, and I understand where she's coming from.
How many of us does that make, T-Man?
Who's she? Who's
Reese.
he? Oh, Reese, yes.
Yeah, I understand
okay.
where she's coming from, but...
Oh, I'm talking about the caller. Are you going to tell him? Are you going to let him tell you how to dress?
Well, we already know that he doesn't even go out to a beach with anything. He wears everything, all his clothes, because he's too embarrassing his body, I'm sure.
Oh, good comeback. Not
yeah,
really,
I don't know.
late.
What
Anyway,
I mean,
Blake in Windsor, hello.
Hey, T-Man, how you doing?
Pretty good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, I wanted to let you know Reese is going to have a little bit of trouble these next couple months because Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be so worried about his boyfriend dying. He's not going to have any time to deal with her, so he might have to make a porn movie just to get some.
Again, some people out there buying a little too much into the storylines of our favorite Hollywood movies. Yes, I know he's a huge fan of Brokeback, and watches it probably every night, but I don't think they're really a couple in real life, unless he was trying to make a joke that really didn't make it. Anyway, I think we all are starting to see that although there's nothing not to really appreciate about Reese Witherspoon, no one has a big problem with her, Terry, but she did step over the line here a little bit. No huge biggie. Nothing that we're going to hold against her for the rest of our lives.
Right.
Just end it here, Reese. Don't carry it on any further. Shut your frickin' yap. Easy to speak from a place where you're making $20 million a year and look down on everyone and tell them how to be.
Yeah.
You might have been a little buzzed when you said it. Obviously, a little alcohol and Ben & Jerry's has hit your life since the bad breakup with Ryan Phillippe, Terry. I'm sure that might have been part of the equation. Get a little wine in you. You get a microphone in your face. You might start calling everyone else out like she did and telling all of Hollywood how she's flabbergasted that they take their clothes off in movies. Remember who you were. Remember where you came from. Remember the people you passed on the way up, because you might see them again on the way down.
Whoa.
Chad, you're on the air. Yes, Chad.
I wanted everybody to see the point here that Terry surely agrees with Reese because they're soapbox sisters.
Soapbox sisters. For a second there, I had to make sure he didn't say anything out of dumb.
Right.
Anyway,
I thought that already got hot, though.
Michelle, you're on the air.
Good morning, T-Man, everybody.
Yes, Michelle. How are you, baby?
I'm fine.
Didn't she sound all naked this morning, Terry? Oh, come on. Are you still in bed, Michelle, or what?
I'm getting dressed for work.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
What are you putting on?
Lipstick.
Lipstick? That's it?
Wow.
Put lipstick on, get in the car, and make it a day. Make it a day. Make it a day, yes. Michelle, anything else you going to throw on, or is that confidential? Your uniform. So is this to indicate that you are a military woman or what?
I work in the medical field.
In the medical field.
Yeah.
So you put on like scrubs or something a little bit more scrubs? And you work at a hospital or what?
I work in a doctor's office.
A doctor's office. And you have to wear scrubs in the doctor's office?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's really no reason medically that you have to wear scrubs. He just likes you in scrubs or what?
I'm sorry, say it again?
Never mind. What can I do for you? Why did you call?
I was just calling to tell you that it wasn't Drew Barrymore in the movie Fear with Mark Wahlberg. It is Alicia Silverstone on the roller coaster.
No.
Alicia Silverspoon.
Alicia Silverstone.
No, Alicia Silverstone wasn't in Fear.
No.
She was in Clueless. She was in the movie The Crush.
Yeah.
It was Reese Witherspoon in Fear. That's what you called for?
I'm telling you, look it up.
I don't have to look it up.
Yeah, we
you worry about your lipstick and leave this stuff to me. It was Reese Witherspoon in Fear with Mark.
Alicia Silverstone.
It was not Alicia Silver. I can't believe we're still arguing this, Terry.
You want to make a bet?
It was.
Yeah, make a bet.
How much you want to bet? How about I bet you all the lipstick? Listen, I don't have to look it up. I can't believe Pasty. I can even see him through the glass. He's looking it up right now. There's no reason to look it up. I've seen this movie 100 times.
Reese is in it, but Alicia's not in it at all?
No!
Alicia Silverstone is in the movie.
Oh, would you stop it already, please?
Alyssa Milano's in it.
Who's the girl? Yeah,
Alyssa Milano was her friend.
Alyssa Milano and Alicia Silverstone.
Alicia Silverstone's not in it, by the
would you please stop already? I mean, what do we got to do to get you to realize how wrong you are? Is there anything? You got to look it up. You got to look it up later at work. You're going to be laughed at by all the other employees in scrubs. They're going to make you actually take off your scrubs and get naked because you're so wrong. And you're going to feel kind of silly because you're not willing to waver on something that I know you're wrong about. All right? It was not Alicia Silverstone. As I said, she was in Clueless. She was in The Crush. She wasn't in Fear.
Alicia Silverstone in Clueless.
Do you want to bet $1,000?
Sure.
You bet. Well, you
doesn't sound like it really.
Yeah,
making
all of
those
a sudden,
noises.
right.
Yeah, maybe you want to look it up and get back to me as to whether you want. I'll even let you look it up, and then if you still want to bet $1,000, I'll let you. Okay? All right. That's how sure I am.
I hope she's not supposed to give me a shot of penicillin and gives me like some kind of poison or something. No, I swear this is the right shot.
Was Madonna really snapped with a black eye?
No.
Yep. Despite UK reports speculating it's the result of surgery, we hear she accidentally walked into her refrigerator door. Ouch.
Yeah, so have all the battered women of the world. They walked into a door, Terry.
Right.
Madonna walked into the refrigerator door. That's why she's got a black eye right now. A lot of pictures being taken of Madonna with a black eye, and Guy Ritchie's like, you walked into a door, wench.
Right.
So I guess it's a little, maybe some people think it's a little overdue that he popped her one, Terry.
Wow. Well,
When was the last time you walked into a door, though? Really? Ever in your life?
Well, I did it a couple times last week, but it's been at least a week.
Jesus Christ. I walked into a door.
But Madonna doesn't seem the type to take any
walk
crap.
around. No, she doesn't walk.
to take some crap from Guy Ritchie.
Well, he probably just had enough of her. Like, why are you speaking with a British accent, you wedge?
I have $150 million in the bank. No.
Oh, that's right. That's why
Okay,
I put up with this crap. Okay, never mind. I take the punch back. He walked into a door.
Right.
And to make people believe it, because, walking into a door is so cliche, let's make it the refrigerator door. That'll be so out there that people actually won't question it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I haven't eaten a meal in 5 years. Try again.
Who the hell walks into the refrigerator door? And even if you walk into the refrigerator door, can you get a black eye from the refrigerator?
It makes more sense if a guy like me runs into the refrigerator door, like on a full sprint.
But what are you doing? Is your head first, or how do you get the
I run full
eye?
speed.
When
I didn't
Hotshot
open it.
decides to make a sandwich, he runs at top speed, and you could see this kind of injury happening. But the average person, especially Madonna's size, ain't going to be sprinting to the fridge when all of a sudden she decides she wants a grape.
Well, maybe she was opening it, and Guy said something to her, and she was, just, I don't know, popped open really fast, or...
Well, I guess we'll have to take it at face
Yeah, maybe we
value,
should try
Terry.
it out.
She got a black eye from the refrigerator door, and that's all there is to it. Okay. I'm feeling fine about it, and I'm ready to move on. There are bigger things to worry about in the world, Terry. As you know, you're waking up this morning. I'm sure you heard it before you went to bed last night.
Yeah, yesterday
Heath
afternoon.
Ledger, just out of nowhere. The news broke around 3-something yesterday. In his New York City apartment. Now they're speculating that maybe that apartment actually belonged to either Mary-Kate or Ashley Olsen or both.
Right, but
Heath Ledger died in a Greenwich Village apartment yesterday afternoon due to either an accidental overdose, or will we start thinking later today that this could have been suicide? Now, for those who are saying, well, I mean, how could it be suicide? The guy had the world at his feet. He had everything going for him. He had movie roles thrown at him left and right. He had a 2-year-old daughter. He was able to get pretty much any woman in New York where he was living that he wanted. When he went to L.A., any woman he wanted, blah, blah, blah. So why would a man like that want to take his life? Well, if he had depression problems, which maybe no one knows about, that could just... That's the great equalizer, Terry. It doesn't matter how much you have. If you have depression problems, it's going to cancel everything out in a person's mind. True. So maybe that is something that will be investigated. If they find out later today after the autopsy that there was nothing but Ambien in his system, because that's what I hear were the pills spread around. If you heard some of the news reports yesterday, you heard his body was found, and there were pills scattered about his bed, spread around the body, and those pills were Ambien. At least that's what I've heard from the initial reports. If they find nothing but Ambien in his system, then the talk of suicide becomes the most prominent thought of what happened there. Because even if he had a sleep disorder that required Ambien on a regular basis, and maybe he just got so frustrated that he was such an insomniac that he just took as many pills as he thought would get him to sleep, still, I mean, that's a theory. But if it's just Ambien, that sounds like a suicide situation. Now, if it's another kind of recreational drug or a prescription drug that's become very recreational combined with Ambien, then it just sounds like he allowed a drug habit, a little drug problem to get a little away from him on a certain day that led to an accidental overdose. Both are sad stories. I don't know which one would be sadder, if that actually makes any sense, Terry. If it's an accidental overdose, is that less sad than a suicide? If he had a mental illness, if he had depression problems and took his own life, is that a sadder situation than a guy? Because a lot of people will be out there if he died of an accidental overdose saying, well, he was a druggie. Druggies sometimes get what's coming to them. Deserve to die. That's what some people will say.
Right.
So is it a sadder story if he was battling depression and took his own life? Maybe. But either way, it was a shocking situation for a lot of fans out there. I know my wife, Terry, was very taken back. She's a huge fan. She loved Brokeback Mountain. I never saw it. Can't bring myself to watch it one day.
Did you watch it a bunch of times?
I need to be alone. And I was looking forward to seeing him in the Batman movie that's coming up, Terry. And I guess you told me earlier this morning that's still going to happen.
Yes.
So we'll all get to see that. But he was only 28 and had a lot of movies left to make, and the movie-loving public has been robbed of one of the up-and-coming actors for the future, not being able to do his thing for all the years that he had in front of him.
Yeah. No kidding.
How many Ambien would you need to take, would you say, hopscotch, to really be bordering on... How many milligrams? I know mine come in 10. I hope this doesn't all of a sudden bring out a backlash of people having a problem with Ambien, because don't touch my Ambien, Terry. Okay. I want to be able to take a nap if I can't have my Ambien.
All right.
No, but I know that Ambien can be highly addictive, and you got to make sure that I try desperately not to take more than like once a week at most, maybe once every 2 weeks. If I didn't know I'm having a tough... I more normally will take it on nights where I go to bed at like... Unfortunately for this job, I have to go to bed at 10. And all of a sudden, I find myself up at like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I know I can normally sleep to about 4:35. And all you got to do is, not the CR, but the regular Ambien, you take one of those. It's not like Nitol. You wake up after a 3-hour nap after taking Ambien, and you're not feeling groggy like you do on the over-the-counter sleep medications. So, I don't know. How many Ambien, how many milligrams would you say is bordering on trouble areas, Hotshot Scott?
I would not take more than like 4 or 5 of those 10 milligram ones.
4 or 5 of those?
That would be trouble. Big trouble.
In one sitting.
All I know, now I'm 180 pounds, but all I know is I take a full 10, I usually take half, but I take a full 10 milligram Ambien, which I have. And I told you about that one night. I think I'm pretty sure I told you this story on the air. Maybe it was off the air. I can't remember, Terry. I know I told you this story either off or on the air, where I was watching a I think it was the NBA Finals, Cleveland Cavaliers against the Detroit Pistons last year, and I took a full Ambien, and I don't remember turning off the TV. I don't remember getting into bed. I don't remember turning off the lights.
Right.
When I woke up the next morning trying to figure out what the hell happened and who won the game, because last I remembered, I'm watching LeBron James going off on the Detroit Pistons, and then next thing I know, it's 5 in the morning, and my alarm's going off.
Right. No, I remember that story. You're right.
There's people that buy cars and don't remember doing it. I mean, they go to like car lots and buy brand new cars because that's part of the problem with Ambien. If you fight it and stay awake, then you'll be like in a kind of a zombie coma state and be awake.
But all that happened to me was one full pill, 10 milligrams.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you were joking about the 5 or 6 pills, 50, 60 milligrams, but that probably is actually where you would get to where you have to start worrying about lethal situations. If you take 4, 3, 4, there's no reason to have to take that unless you're a 600, maybe 800 pounder. But I don't think that would kill you. But once you get into the area where you've taken 4, 5, 6, definitely 7 Ambien, you're in trouble.
Yeah. It'll, put you in a coma before, it'll do...
Right.
You'll go so far asleep, you'll never wake up. But I had a buddy that took a bunch of them, and he was at his wife's company Christmas party and pulled a portable fireplace out from the lobby at the hotel into the parking lot so everybody can have a bonfire.
Way.
He doesn't remember it and quit drinking the next day.
Yeah, but that can happen with alcohol, too. I mean, there's just so many stories of people that have drunken themselves into a situation where they do so many things. I mean, when all through college, I was told things, and I was telling people things that they had done the night before that they had no recollection of just simply by drinking themselves into a situation. So, I mean, there's a lot of stories like that, and it's not only about Ambien. But yeah, we've all heard the stories about people driving naked in their cars. There's been all kinds of reports that have scared people about taking Ambien. All I know is I take it and I fall asleep. That's that.
That's what you're supposed to do with it, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Some people crush them up and snort them and do all kinds of stuff. And abuse them that way.
Right.
Well, that's the thing with every prescription drug these days. It's become very recreational. People are snorting ecstasy. People are snorting Oxycontin. People are snorting everything these days. People are using drugs, obviously not the way they're intended to be used, and that's the most popular drug problem out there right now. It's not crack like Amy Winehouse.
Wow.
It's people using prescription drugs. And Heath Ledger is now going to shine the spotlight. There are going to be a lot of people on all these news channels that I'm sure not many people watch anyway, but they're going to be sitting up there professing of how the prescription drug problem is out of control, and I'm sure Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan are taken aback by this and wondering how it could be Heath Ledger and not them, and there's going to be all kinds of talk like that now, and a lot of it is true, but it's going to probably get to a point where it's going to get a little nauseating, but these kind of conversations obviously are inevitable when something like this happens. Heath Ledger was someone that everyone in Hollywood looked up to. He was the last person anyone thought that this was likely to happen to.
Yes.
And look what's happened in the snap of the fingers. Mm-hmm. Well, Heath Ledger is dead.
There's a video, there's an interview of him recently where he looks real fidgety and real itchy. You can find it on YouTube if you look hard enough. And that looks like someone who's, fighting the side effects of drug abuse more than just like Ambien and that kind of thing.
Well, and
he looks really fidgety, and it doesn't look right.
Go ahead, Terry.
I was going to say, too, as you speculate, me reading through some of the, like, TMZ and stuff like that, news articles already, you do have sources coming out saying, well, he did have a hidden drug problem, or heroin was involved, and he was in rehab once, so on and so forth,
But isn't it ironic that all the paparazzi that follow around all these people that are on death's door just waiting for them to take the wrong concoction of drugs on a particular night, with Lindsay Lohan, everyone's saying, oh, she won't make it another year, blah, blah, blah. And it's the last person that was followed by the paparazzi that goes without warning.
Yeah.
To me, it was out without warning. Because, now they're saying, oh, he was in rehab this, rehab that.
Right.
But it was never talked about, to my knowledge. I never heard any stories about how Heath Ledger was a problem child of any sort.
Right.
And that this was a potential situation waiting to happen. No one saw this coming. So, now they'll, in hindsight, be Monday morning quarterbacks and say, he was doing this for too long, blah, blah, blah. But he was the one that everyone looked up to, everyone admired, had his act together, had his head screwed on pretty straight. At least that's what people thought yesterday. And now everyone is wondering what was going on in his life.
Right. Because like I said, the last news story that I even read about him, which was just, 2 days ago, was that he was seeing one of the Olsen twins. And it's like, wow. And then the next thing you know, here he is, found dead in a Manhattan apartment, and his maid was just coming in to wake him up or get him for his massage.
Wow, I missed the massage.
Yeah. And
this doesn't sound like someone who took too many Ambien. I mean, there's got to be something else in there with it.
What are you guessing, like Oxycontin?
Something, yeah. Some kind of, or heroin, some kind of opiate.
All right, let's have a drug draft.
A drug draft. Okay, the Ambien plus...
Okay, so if I get last pick, do I get 2 picks in a row?
Heath Ledger drug draft. You get the first pick. Terry gets second pick. I get third and fourth pick, and then we go back to Terry and then you, and we'll keep going. We'll all take the drugs, and when the autopsy comes out later today, the one who had it wins $100. How about that?
Sounds good.
Heath Ledger drug draft pool.
All right.
Ooh, with the first pick of the Heath Ledger drug draft, Hotshot Scott, our resident drug expert. And this is supposed to happen to you, not Heath Ledger, Scott.
Right.
I know. He's unlucky for him. He's not 300 pounds.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
I was
you
sucking
got a
on
lot of flesh working on your side, don't you?
I was sucking on a rhinoceros tranquilizer yesterday at lunch. just for a quick buzz.
With the first pick of the Heath Ledger drug draft, Hot Fudge Scott selects
Oxy
pretty much all I got.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Terry, with the second pick of the Heath Ledger drug draft, Terry Free selects
heroin.
Heroin. Really good combine this year. Ran a good 40.
Yeah.
Synthetic heroin. Oh, yeah. Heroin has certainly made a resurgence. Comeback player of the year. And, his vertical leap is very, very impressive. You should take with the third pick.
Ooh.
Can't OD on ecstasy. He's not taking ecstasy anyway.
But, you got to keep in mind, it's probably the combination of sleeping pills and whatever he took.
Yes.
Well, no, I'm thinking Ambien is definitely a part of it. They found Ambien all around his body. So I'm thinking Ambien is going to be in his system. But you're saying there's going to be something else in his system. Yeah. That's why I'm saying let's have the drug draft right now and figure out what the main culprit is. Because if there's something else in his system, Ambien then gets put on the back burner, and this drug becomes the main culprit of what did him in.
Right. I'm saying if you take 3 Ambien, you're probably going to be okay. If you take 3 Ambien after you just snorted an 80 of OC, you're in trouble. So, there's definitely something else there.
So you think the Ambien, in combination with whatever drug that he was taking, put it over the top?
Yes,
even if he took like 10 milligrams of Ambien, does that then become the factor as far as what was the straw that broke the camel's back and leading to his death, or what?
It could. You're not supposed to mix it with anything at all. They're very clear about that.
You're not supposed to mix Ambien with anything?
Not even alcohol, not anything.
And that even includes if he's suffering.
Most people do, but a couple glasses of wine is different than slamming a fifth of Jack with.
Well, and Heath Ledger's probably slamming a fifth of Jack.
I'm sure your doctor would say a glass of wine's okay at night, but with it,
But I mean, if there's speculation that he was suffering from depression, not only is he taking Ambien, but some kind of, drug that helps his, is going to affect that as well.
Who knows?
So you have 2 of those that you can,
Give me a pick. Give me a pick, Scott. Give me a pick.
Come on.
Give me a good pick.
The Prozac.
I don't want to sound stupid here. Give me a good pick.
A good pick or a good pick?
Yeah, give me a good pick. I should have been the first pick. Give me.
Yeah, you gave a shot. I know.
I know it's going to be Oxycontin in the system, but give me a good pick.
But the heroin or even the depressant.
Some kind of Percocet or any kind of opiate will do it. Percocet, Vicodin, anything.
With the third pick, of the Heath Ledger drug draft, the T-Man takes Valium.
Yeah. That's not bad. There you go.
Anyone taking Valium anymore, Scott?
Why, you have some or no?
He will.
Yeah, it's good or no?
I'm on Valium.
Yeah, think about Valium. It just kind of makes you real tired, but it definitely works.
Well, if he had insomniac kind of situations going on, then maybe he wanted to double up with his Ambien and his Valium.
Definitely. That would definitely do it.
All right. So, I just may have nailed it in the Heath Ledger drug draft.
You could have.
I could take you to the point of no return for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, regardless, it's a very sad situation, and I still want to win, though. Anyway.
Watching that video, really, he does look like someone who's trying to fight the withdrawal symptoms.
You watching the video right now?
I watched it a little bit ago, and it definitely looks like he's itchy, he's fidgety. I don't even think he knows he's doing it. He just does not look right.
Well, itchy is heroin.
Not necessarily.
No,
Not crystal meth sometimes.
Yes.
Oh, meth. Yeah, meth is
Meth.
Because crystal meth will crystallize under your skin and make you itchy. But I don't think he was doing that.
He was doing meth?
I don't think so.
No,
you would see the signs a lot
Sometimes
clearer.
when you take drugs for a while and then you try to stop them cold turkey or you haven't had it for a while, you get real itchy and you kind of want to jump out of your skin. You're real fidgety. And that's what he looks like here. It's really scary.
Yeah, it's just a withdrawal.
That's what a friend told me
we'll put that video up on the TeamManShow.com. Let's let everyone see it. You know where to find that video in now or what? You lost it or you still have it?
Oh, no, I got it.
Still have that video? All right, we got to put the video up. Okay, so we have the picture of Mariah Carey that you talked about earlier this morning up on the TeamManShow.com right now. And just because you mentioned it, we'll put that video of now the late
God, that is
Heath Ledger up on the TeamManShow.com. It's very sad. It's very sad. Because he was a very talented guy who, whatever turns out to be the reason, it's going to come down to him having some foundation of problems that did him in, that maybe he didn't get enough help to deal with the situation.
Right.
Whether it was depression or whether it was a drug problem. Maybe because there's such a spotlight and the paparazzi follow Lindsay Lohan around so much that she's able to avoid these type of lethal concoction type moments. Because everyone's so scrutinizing her every move that she's been able to kind of scare death more than someone who's kind of off, able to do their own thing.
Right.
So maybe there's a little bonus in all the harassment that happens from the paparazzi in those situations.
Right.
Yes.
No question. He just didn't seem like an L.A. guy that loved to go to the clubs and do that routine.
No, he wasn't an L.A. guy. That's why he was living in Greenwich Village. He could have easily more been likely to live in L.A., but he was such the anti-establishment type Hollywood guy that he wanted to live in New York City. He liked the New York City club scene.
Yeah. Right.
He didn't like the big Hollywood circuit that everyone goes through in the clubs out there. He wanted to be on his own and more blend in when he goes to clubs and is walking through the streets of New York, because you can blend in New York more than you can in Hollywood. That's the kind of dude he was. Sarah in Napa, hello.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
What's up?
I was just going to say that I believe if you read the prescription, it says that it could slow down your breathing.
It does. It slows your respiratory system slows down for sure.
If you abuse any type of sleeping pill, especially, it'll slow down your breathing, yes.
Right.
Yeah, he could have, like you guys said, just had too much to drink or had something mixed with that Ambien, and he could have just fallen asleep and probably never woke up.
Right.
Well, still, even though it slows down your breathing, he would have had to take more than 10, 20 milligrams of Ambien. It would have to be upwards of 40 minimum, 50 milligrams minimum of Ambien for him to have had his heart slowed down to such a degree that it slowed down so drastically that it stopped.
Right. Well, they're saying in the New York Times, when he did an interview just a few months ago, and he was talking about the Ambien and things like that because of the Batman movie, that it didn't work very well for him. And when he did take like more than one, he only slept for like an hour. So, so him taking way more than 2 is highly likely.
Yeah,
they clearly say if you combine it with alcohol or opiates or any other depressant, good chance there will be a fatal overdose.
Right.
Abel, San Jose, good morning.
Good morning, G-Man. What's up, Miss Tari?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Just sitting here listening to Mr. Ledger's tragedy. Yesterday, we were watching some news report over here in the Bay Area that he was talking about. It was an interview that he was obsessed with some rock singer that had committed suicide.
Was it Nirvana?
Kurt Cobain?
Kurt Cobain?
Yeah.
What was that?
Was it Kurt Cobain or what?
I can't recall, the name of the person, but yeah, you know what I mean? And then the news also said over here, too, that was, that they couldn't rule out, they're waiting for the toxology report about that drug overdose, that they can't rule out the suicide either.
Well, kind of ironic. You had Chris Farley, who worshipped John Belushi from back in the old Saturday Night Live days, and he died in the same fashion as John Belushi. And you have Heath Ledger, who I don't know, I didn't hear this story before, but if Abel is right, who worshipped Kurt Cobain, maybe he wound up doing the same thing that did Kurt Cobain in, which, to our knowledge, even though some conspiracy theorists think, some theorists think it was a murder that was a cover-up, most people believe it was, as reported, a suicide.
Mm-hmm.
But no matter how you slice it, as I said, Terry.
Yeah.
Very sad. And especially to a lot of ladies, Terry, who probably appreciated him more than men who go see movies.
Right.
A huge loss.
Yeah.
And we'll be back right after these words.
The T-Man Show.
Hollywood stunned. 28-year-old Heath Ledger found dead inside a Manhattan apartment. As fans and police mixed to create a surreal scene, breaking news from investigators who say there were no signs of foul play. Our AJ Calloway has details.
Okay. Sleeping pills and prescription meds found near his body. Signs point to a possible accidental overdose.
The news sent shockwaves across the country.
Heath Ledger star Brokeback Mountain was 28 years old.
The Oscar nominee was seen smiling just days ago in London, where he was filming scenes from his new movie, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. Adding to the shock, the fact Ledger seemed to have everything going for him the last time Extra sat down with him.
Every day is a beautiful day for us these days. We have a beautiful daughter at home.
From his 2-year-old daughter, Matilda, with ex Michelle Williams.
How's the baby doing?
She's great.
Yeah. Adorable, right?
Yeah, she really is.
To his career as one of Hollywood's A-list young guns, including his role as a darker version of the Joker in the upcoming Batman sequel, The Dark Knight. Despite his success, Ledger often shunned the spotlight, rarely doing interviews.
It's not intentional. I'm just sometimes not that comfortable with the spotlight in my eyes.
It's a side of his personality he opened up to Extra about during our last interview.
I'm not really one to take advantage of the spotlight and make it, about myself.
The official cause of death still unknown, although several media outlets are reporting that Ledger battled a substance abuse problem. An autopsy is reportedly scheduled for tomorrow.
And that's today now.
Mm-hmm.
The autopsy. So that's pretty quick.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. Normally got to wait for an autopsy for a few days. When I heard the autopsy was going to be, when I heard yesterday it was going to be tomorrow, which means not today, I was thinking, wow, this will be pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious. Can't help but say, Terry.
Yeah.
I would like to know what was in his system. It would tell me a lot if it's Oxycontin, then he just got a little carried away with his drug problem and was an accidental overdose.
Right.
But I'm still thinking that maybe this dude had a depression problem that never was known that widely, and he just, for whatever reason, got into a bad moment and decided to take his life.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what's in the system, you can really draw some pretty accurate conclusions as to which one of the two it likely was. And I guess we'll find out at some point later today or tomorrow. Now, what else is going on? We can't harp on this too much, Terry. It's a pretty sad story. It's a big loss. It's
right.
Caught everyone off guard, but there are other things going on that I want to hear about. What's on your pile this morning?
Well, there is a scientific reason why women get so attached to the men that they sleep with.
There's a scientific reason that, say again?
There's a scientific reason.
Yes.
Why women, when they sleep with a guy, they get attached to him.
Oh. We got a big schlong.
No.
Oh, scientific reason that goes a little bit more deep than that? Okay.
Yes.
Can't go deeper than that, Terry.
Well,
not with this big one.
Imagine the scientists that discovered that. My God, Bob, we're onto something.
We better retest our data.
I'm first.
There's a scientific reason as to why women who sleep with a guy will get emotionally attached.
Right.
And the scientific reason is that they're all whacked out of their minds. Wouldn't you rather be more like a guy? Wouldn't you rather sleep with someone and really then make a decision whether you want to get attached or not, and not be attached whether you like it or not? Wouldn't you rather be more like guys, Terry? Well,
I actually like
this.
being a woman, so
No, you don't. Let me hear.
Really? Okay.
Not a man's world. Let me hear.
Wow.
Let me hear what the scientific reason is, and then I'll go back to, wouldn't you rather be like a guy who could sleep with someone and then make a decision as to whether you want to get emotionally attached, as opposed to women who have no choice in the matter? It's science.
It is science.
And what's the science of it?
Well, our bodies release what they refer to as the cuddle hormone, which is oxytocin.
There's your cuddle hormone right there. Okay, let me give you a bigger dose.
See?
Cuddle with me, baby.
I'm giving you a real
Like a big teddy bear,
scientific
aren't I?
reason about women and our bodies and what we release when
Why don't
we
you nuzzle up to this? Yes, it's the cuddle hormone.
The cuddle hormone, oxytocin.
Oxytocin, isn't that like some ingredient in like bananas or I don't know? Is that serotonin? I don't know. I'm getting all confused now.
Right. Guys do release it, but they release less of it, and its effects are counteracted by men's testosterone. So
There you go.
that's why men don't get all attached and they're cold-hearted jerks when they sleep with a woman.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, Terry. All right, pretty much. Anyway, the bottom line is women have no say in the matter as to whether they want to get attached to a guy. Once they make the decision to sleep with him, they will be attached whether they like it or not. And that is not the case with men.
Correct.
Now, be honest. I know you like to take the women's side, Terry, and you're programmed to do so, but when you actually think about those two choices...
Being a guy, unemotional, sex like crazy?
Forget about the being a guy part.
Oh.
You could be a person who has sex with whoever you choose, and you won't automatically be attached to that person after the fact. You could actually go about your business if you so choose and end it there, and you won't feel any real true connection to that person. Wouldn't you rather be that person than the person who, once you sleep with the individual you chose to sleep with, you just can't help, whether you like it or not, to have strong feelings for that person? Which is better? Which is a better option?
Let me think about this.
Oh, just
Okay, so...
doesn't take much thought, Terry.
Well,
I described it so thoroughly. You need more?
No, actually I
on what
do.
I'm
The
talking
thing
about?
is that I'm thinking long term. Sure, it would be nice to go ahead and be able to sleep with. There's a few people that you don't want to be attached to. However,
I got someone in mind.
However, I think that in the long run, it's good to have some kind of emotions or feelings about what you're doing with yourself, your body, things like that.
Hey, doesn't say that you don't have feelings for what you're doing to your body. You, as I said, made
just
the
in general
conscious
for other people.
You made the conscious choice to have sex with the person, or you chose not to. But if you choose to do so, wouldn't it be great if after the fact, then you had another ability to make a choice? But women don't have that ability to make a choice after they screw some guy. That choice is made for them, that you're going to have feelings for that person, whether you like it or not.
Well, you get attached, sure, but I'm sure there's certain levels that we as women, obviously, we know that there's certain levels of attachment that we,
and
can
now you
control.
heard the science because you release Oxycontin in your brain.
No, not Oxycontin.
Marry me. A match made in heaven for Hot Shot. So when you screw a guy, when you decide to ride like a bandit on the way out of town, when you get on, you're riding all cowgirl-like, or you're getting your hair pulled, and you're looking back, and you're seeing this dude just jamming away, you have this Oxycontin released in your brain that makes it such that once the sex is done, you look at him and say, "Oh, wow, you're so awesome."
It's just
or some variation of that.
It's also in your. I mean, it's a hormone in your body. So yeah, I mean,
I'm sure it goes to your brain.
Sure, but
maybe not your brain, Terry.
No,
every other
never
woman's
my brain.
That hormone will get to your brain when you all of a sudden, then, whether you realize it or not, have no say in the matter. You're into that guy on some level.
Yes.
And I'd rather live in a world where I could screw whoever I want, and then be able to decide whether I'm into them or not. Much better. Trust me. Sounds a little callous. Sounds a little callous on the surface.
Yes.
Sounds like a little sore on the surface, Terry.
Sounds like you're just putting on another pair of jeans. There's another pair of jeans. Let me put it on. And,
What analogy is this? Another pair of jeans? Okay.
You have no attachment to your clothes,
No, because if you're
you have your favorite outfit and all, but
as you're portraying, if you're a good person, if you've decided to make that decision to screw someone, then you'll likely then make that decision to have feelings for them. But it's good to at least have a choice and not have it in you whether you like it or not, because a lot of times, and you know this probably as well as anyone, that gets you in trouble as a woman.
You can, yes.
That gets you in a spot where you're where you're acting like an idiot, where you're calling like a ridiculous person so many times to a guy who really doesn't want to talk to you that much anymore because he's a bastard, whatever you want to call him, Terry, but it makes for all kinds of problems for yourself.
It can, yes.
He doesn't even know my name, but he loves me. I know he does.
So because it makes all kinds of problems for yourself and you just agreed with that and recognized that, don't you then think that it's better to be a man, Terry? Come on, give it to me. Oh, give it up, Terry.
Okay, will you pay for the sex change operation for me? Jeez.
Not saying that you should be a man. I'm just saying in this aspect, a lot of aspects, it's better to be a woman. Trust me. I am a very big fan of women. You know that, Terry. And you know that I admire women for their higher intelligence than the average man. I am the first to say that, Terry. Women are, if I have a task that needs to be done, and I'd rather give it to a smart woman than a smart man. Because smart women are smarter than a smart man. Anyway. But when it comes to this, when it comes to emotion,
right?
Women have so many things working against them that could do them absolutely no good. Here's another scientific thing that women have as far as the deck that is stacked against them.
But there are also women out there who, for whatever reason, either maybe it's because the levels of the oxytocin isn't high as with other women, but who are kind of like men, who can be that way.
Maybe through evolution, maybe as the years pass by, that women's level of oxytocin, as the scientists describe, is getting less and less upon screwing a average guy out there.
Could be.
Hey, I'm not average.
Okay, I didn't say you were. Easy.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah. Because you have to admit there are nowadays there are plenty of women, and we've even talked to them who have called and said, I don't have as much attachment, and it's not that big of a deal.
Play it apart.
Those are the ones where guys, of course, want to call them hoes because they're out there doing it with everybody.
Well, that's because no guy will. There comes a point, even with this level of oxytocin that you described, Terry, and this level of feelings that you have for a guy, where you're just going to give up hope because he's not returning your calls or answering your text messages or answering your emails, and you just move on with your life. Doesn't mean that oxytocin didn't exist. Doesn't mean these women all of a sudden are now being born without this level of oxytocin that will come about after they screw a guy. It's just that girls cut their losses and move on because they don't want to make just absolute complete fools of themselves. They're willing to make just semi-fools of themselves when they call too much and hang around and just act a little too leech-like, Terry. But women are more ready to maybe decide, enough is enough. I'll move on to the next guy these days.
That's why I'm creating oxytocin blockers. You slip it in her drink, and then she'll never get attached to you ever. It's perfect.
Sounds like the perfect cocktail to me.
I mean, I wonder if you could do that. If you could just cut off someone's oxytocin so they wouldn't like you.
In
that way.
Maybe scientists should work on that.
Cecilia says she doesn't have a lovey-dovey bone in her body.
Wow.
Yes, Cecilia. Are you there?
Oh.
Cecilia.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. What can I do for you? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from San Jose.
And what can I do for you this morning?
I do not believe that the oxytocin thing. No, sorry, I don't.
Well, this is recent. This is a recent scientific study. I'm sure Terry didn't pull this out of a medical journal from 1978. Terry found this in a 2008 study or something pretty close to that recent. That women have certain things going on in their systems that men just don't have once the act of sex is in the books. Men are much more able to move on with their lives than women are.
I don't believe in it.
Cecilia,
not at all. I have proof. My boyfriend's right here, and I do not like to cuddle after sex.
Well, it's not. But that's not. It's just considered. It's referred to as the cuddle hormone. It's not that you literally cuddle to him. It's the attachment that you feel. Yeah, you're attached to your man. You have some kind of emotional feeling for him.
So she's not. It's not what we thought.
I think after a certain period of time,
Oh, don't bring up your period, please. You're reading too much in. Oh, you wonder why we don't want to cuddle. You read. I want to nuzzle up to a string. You're reading too much into the word cuddle.
I think myself with it.
Terry just merely described that once two people have sex, considering that this is a heterosexual sexual moment, the woman, after the fact, will have this hormone that will make her feel like she's emotionally attached to the guy that she just had sex with, and the man doesn't really have any level of that hormone that will be of any impact. That's why women become ridiculous once you're done having sex with them, and men do not.
Right.
Women get ridiculous!
And men don't? Please.
Why are you being so ridiculous? Calm yourself down, please. Have a little self-respect. And men don't act that way, Terry.
Okay.
Men just through the course of their lives have no trace of self-respect, Terry. So maybe that's why it's not noticeable after sex.
Okay.
Yes. Toking Steve wants to get in the Heath Ledger. The Heath Ledger draft real quick before I'm up against a hard break here.
That's
yes,
weird.
Toking Steve, what's your pick real quick?
Good morning, man.
Yeah, I couldn't resist Toking Steve. Yeah, what's your pick real quick there, Toking Steve?
Well, I want to give you guys my little input on what I think happened with the Ledger OD.
I'll tell you what, hang on. I'm up against a hard break. I'll come back with you, and I'll take a whole bunch of calls at 1-866-663-T-MAN. That's toll-free, 1-866-663-T-MAN, right after these words. Oh, I got to go back to Toking Steve. I forgot about that. Keisha, you're up first, though. Keisha, are you there?
Yes.
How are you, baby?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on this morning?
Well, I'm on my way to work. I'm late.
Oh, really? Well, aren't we? Yeah, I'm sure every guy loves to hear that out of your mouth. And what do you do for a living there, Keisha?
I don't want to say because my coworkers might be listening. And
all right, how about just a general idea of the business that you're in? You don't want to give us that even? I'm just kind of curious, and I'm a curious guy by nature. You what?
No, I can't.
All right, whatever. What can I do for you? What can I do for you? Let's move on.
Well, I heard you and Terry Free talking about the whole women getting attached after having sex with somebody, and that doesn't necessarily happen for me.
Well, that's probably just your defense mechanisms kicking in. Do you have a recent situation that you can give us as an example? Have you had sex with anyone recently that you were just, as soon as the act was done, able to brush them aside and move on with your life as if they never existed, or what?
Yeah.
When was this? When was your last sexual session of no feeling type aspects whatsoever?
Last Friday night.
This past Friday, so just a mere 5 days ago, you got physical but not emotional. There was nothing mental about it. It was just for you and your physical needs. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. I mean, he's been calling me. I really don't want to talk to him.
I'm sure he has. I'm sure he's been calling you nonstop, right, Keisha? You're sure this just isn't your defense mechanisms kicking in because you know this guy doesn't want to know from you, from Job, and he's just moved on with his life, so you've decided, he keeps calling when he's not. He's so attached to me when he's not. He wants to see me so much when he doesn't. And this is just your way of being able to heal the wounds that already exist? Because Terry,
no, seriously,
yes?
I mean, it was just a hit it and quit it situation for me anyways. I told him from jump, it's I'm just trying to have fun. I'm not looking for you to be my man or anything like that. Let's just, do what we do and then go our separate ways.
And maybe, according to Terry's study, women all across the board have this feminine quality that is a scientific proven thing now, that hormones get released after a sexual experience that give them no choice but to get emotional over the guy they just had sex with on some level. You're saying there's no level by which you got emotional from this guy, even though some women go in thinking, well, I'm not going to get emotional, this is just going to be physical. They can't help because of their body chemistry and the science that's involved to become clingy on some level, emotional on some level, and attached on some level. Now, if that's not happening with you, then perhaps, as I said, either you're just doing a great job suppressing it in a defensive kind of way, or maybe you just have a lot of man qualities.
I think,
and you were really meant to be a man, and you truly were meant to have maybe you had a penis that fell off the womb. I don't know, but you were you're not the typical female. Is that okay for you to live with, knowing that you're really not the average kind of woman out there, and you're really more a man than you are a woman? Does that work well with you, or what?
That's fine. I mean, I look like a woman. I sound like a woman. I got boobs like a woman. I'm not tripping about it, you know. And it's just like, I know that I'm not. Why? I mean, what for me? It was just sex. So me knowing that I'm going into this as it's just sex, and then me having sex, oh, I'm so in love with you. You're my boyfriend now. Let's get married. That's stupid.
Your voice sounds like a woman, I will give you that, but it borders a little on manhood. I will also say that there, Keisha. So probably the rest of you kind of is right on the line where the man-woman divide as far as body chemistry and everything else kind of borders, you know what I'm saying? So I could certainly see that there are, like every rule, Tari, exceptions where she doesn't have that hormone that you're describing.
Well, I think she has the hormone, but maybe not to the levels of some women, and I pointed that out. I said that
she has to get her under nose, over the top lip area waxed every 3 weeks, and she is a little bit more hairy probably than the average woman, and she can probably lift more weights. She's probably more physically sound, stronger than the average woman. Tari, she probably has a lot of man qualities. But Keisha, I appreciate the call, and even with all that said, we still are going to put you on hold and take your number. Thank you for the call. Totally want to hook up, Tari, and so does everyone in the world. Listening to her. She laid down the ground rules before their session on Friday. Okay, this is just going to be physical. As much as this pains me, I guess I'll have to agree to all this. There's going to be no physical attachment. There's going to be no emotional attachment afterwards. I really don't want to talk to you afterwards. It's just going to be sex. I guess I got to sign on the dotted line. If you say so. Toking Steve, you're on the air.
Toking Steve.
Yeah, it's going down, T-Man.
Love it.
Hi,
How are you, sir?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Hold on 1 second for me.
Oh yeah, okay.
He's got to take a toke.
Sarah in Richmond, hello.
Hi, how are you?
What do you got, Sarah? How are you?
I'd have to agree with Keisha that the only reason that my hormone, oxytocin, would kick in afterwards if the man put it down right. And, of course, I'd have feelings and call him, but other than that, I'm a hit it and split it and gotta go kind of gal.
Split it.
Hit it and split it.
Okay.
Yep. No emotional attachment unless we both agreed, or unless he knew he put it down, or he handled business.
Are you starting to feel the common thread with all these women now that are jumping on board saying, I don't know what Tari's talking about. That scientific study she just read about doesn't apply to me.
It's not like I made it up either, okay? We do have hormones, people.
Are you picking up on the commonality amongst these callers that are coming now on the air and saying this? Are you noticing that they're 1/4 of an octave away from having their voice sound outright like a man?
I agree that the hormone gets released and some women do become naggy and repulsive.
It has nothing to do with being naggy. Understand that.
No, it does.
No, it really doesn't. But
there's a fine line between emotional and then border. There is a nice, quick little jump, not even really a jump, that you make from being emotional, Tari, and then all of a sudden you've crossed the line to clingy, and then you just become outright naggy and annoying. You realize how quickly you can fall down that very small slide, right?
Absolutely.
And you have
down the right way, then, I might have to call him again. But other than that, we're on the same track, same road. I'm done. Thanks. See you later.
Curtis in Renton, hello.
How you doing?
What's up, Curtis?
Oh, I got two quick things. First, I totally agree with Tari on this, and all these women calling in, acting all defensive because you guys are taking away their choice of who they're with, their option of deciding, well, I like him or I don't, but then they come on and remember the exact time and date and every single person they've ever slept with. They're thinking it's a big old thing, like, whatever, anyways.
All right, so you can see right through them. What else? Yeah.
My second thing is, Well, I think it has a little more to do with just sleeping with men, because every girl I've ever known has that one toy that they're obsessed with, and they just get emotionally
Oh, so not only do they become emotionally attached to the men they sleep with, but if a woman has a toy that has certainly done a number on her, she will become so emotionally attached, whether she knows it or not, to that toy, that nothing. She could move into 3 different apartments, 2 different houses, no matter what city she is all of a sudden packing up and going to, that toy goes with.
Yeah, it took me a while to learn, but I know my girlfriend has one, and if she had to choose between it and me, I think I'd probably be out.
Well, maybe your girlfriend needs one.
Yeah.
So desperately, Curtis. And it has nothing to do with an emotional attachment. It has everything to do with a serious physical need that you're not providing. Maybe that's the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Always.
Yeah. Step it up, Curtis. Step it up. Thanks for the call. What else is going on in the world, Terry? What else is on your pile, please?
Well, a recent study over there in Europe found that 37% of single adults between the ages of 50 and 65 said that they'd be willing to sleep with someone on the first date. Now, what's interesting about this study is that only 18% of adults younger, ages 18 to 40, said that they'd be okay with, sleeping with someone on the first date.
So we
it
see
seems
the
like
new generations of the world is promiscuous and throwing
Right.
it out there and all
When
about
really-
sex. Throw it down and move on with your life. And it's really our moms
Right.
that are the hoes of the world.
Right, the older generations. Yes. All of a sudden, the younger ones are trying to be a little bit less promiscuous, it seems.
Well, that's not the case, though, Terry. The younger ones are the promiscuous ones. The younger ones are the sluts of the world. It's not the moms, the grandmothers of the world. They just don't like to talk about it. They just will deny it. They're very good at lying, Terry. That's all there is.
All the way to 40?
When they're asked to do a survey, when they're asked to do any kind of study that then you'll ultimately read about on the air, and the question is, are you willing to have a one-nighter? They say no. And then they go out 2 hours later and get a couple in them, and before they know it, they got their legs behind their head, and they're being tossed around, thrown up against walls, and it's a perfect night for everyone.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
So don't believe everything you read. All right?
All right.
Yes, but I don't say that too often, because then what are we going to do with your stories? What else? Give me one more good one. What else do you have?
There's a new warning out there from doctors against Nintendo Wii syndrome. I know
tennis elbow going on out there?
It seems to be, actually. They're finding that thousands of adults have suffered minor injuries from too much Wii playing. And the most common injuries are neck, shoulder, and elbow problems that result from playing for extended periods of time. So they've actually given it a name, Nintendo Wii syndrome. So they say you have to be a little more careful. Cut back the playing time, possibly.
Our moms all wanted to be sluts, Terry, but that's just not the way it was back then. The climate wasn't allowing them to be the way they truly, instinctively, and actually wanted to live their lives like, and that's unfortunate. They have a lot of regrets. My mom has even come clean and told me she wishes the world, when she was actively, out there hanging out with her friends, was allowing women to be more promiscuous without the big... There was a lot more of a stereotype and name-calling situation going on when you were slutting it around back in the 60s or whatever, in the 50s. I mean, not the drug-using circles of the 60s, but back in the whatevers than there is now.
A little more social pressure, right? I mean,
Yeah.
to be upstanding.
Right.
Don't throw it around.
Yes.
Elizabeth, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning.
baby?
I wanted to
How
make
are
a
you?
comment on the female hormone problem.
Yeah.
I consider that a problem because there would be less women depressed if that hormone didn't exist. I would rather be on the man's side, get up, walk away, than to sit there and be attached to someone that I slept with.
And that doesn't mean you have to get up and walk away, but you actually have a decision that you can make. Women have no decision. According to this study, and I believe it, if you have sex with a guy, whether you like it or not, some emotional attachment creeps in.
Absolutely, I believe that. But I'm saying I would prefer to have that male hormone where I can just get up, leave, walk away, not worry about it, not call.
If you want to, and if you want to stay and try to make any kind of go of it, then that's your decision too. Yes.
Right, if I wanted to stay, then
Thank you for your honesty, because Terry has no ability to be honest when I pose her with a very simple set of options. Terry has no ability to tell what she's truly actually thinking because she feels like she has to defend her gender to such a degree that it becomes ridiculous.
I actually like being a woman and being able to bond with somebody.
I didn't ask you whether you like being a woman. That wasn't the question. When I asked the question, Terry, do you like being a woman? Then you could say, yes, I like being a woman, and then that applies. That's not what I asked.
No, you asked me if it would be much better for me to be able just to have sex with whomever and not become attached, basically. Like, you know, and just move on.
That doesn't mean you have to have sex with whomever, and that gives the impression that you're slutting it around whether you like it or not. You choose who to have sex with, and if you choose to have sex with someone, then after the fact, there's another moment in time that takes place. You choose whether or not you want to become emotionally attached to that person based on the sex, be it good, be it bad, be it whatever that you just had.
Right. But see, understand, you still make a choice of who you're going to have sex with.
Of course. All people do that, Terry, unless unfortunately we're raped. We have that choice, and that's not the question either. The question that I asked you, that you denied when it was a very obvious answer and there was really no debate about it, was whether you would like to be the type of person who has the ability to not have that emotional attachment automatically kick in after sex, and you decide whether you want to pursue any kind of emotional involvement. Now, maybe you're a better person if you choose to have sex with someone to have an emotional bond to them.
Nah.
But you still have that choice. Women don't have that choice. What a shame. You love us no matter how grody we are, Terry, after the fact.
But some of the women said that the better the men are, the more they get attached. So that's not really giving much incentive to be good. So there.
Don't lay it down real good.
That's right.
And so that's basically what the woman is saying.
Yeah, that's right.
They don't want to be satisfied, so they just want to get whatever and not even get off.
Now, Hotshot has 15 years of excuses that he never thought about. He can go back in a time machine and tell women why he was so bad and...
So pissed.
Yes. Marie, San Rafael, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. What's going on with you, baby?
Not a whole lot, just driving to school.
Where do you go to school?
College of Marin.
And what kind of classes are you taking? What are you studying?
Environmental studies with a major in ecology and life sciences.
Wow.
One step
That sounds
closer to help
fun.
save the world.
And that's what you're going to do when you leave college? That's your career goal, is to save the world?
Hopefully. At least do my part.
More pinpoint, if you can, what you're going to do once you decide college is done, whether that means graduation or you're just kind of fed up with it. What are you going to do with all the studying you're doing right now? What do you plan on pursuing?
I don't know, man.
Sounds like a typical college student to me, Terry. New
I'm going to get
idea.
the broad studies of environmental studies and then pick the focus, which I think is going to be ecology.
All right, what can we do for you this morning?
Anyway, so I'm listening to all these women that are calling up and saying that they don't have this cuddle hormone. Now, I can completely understand where you're coming from, saying that it's just defensiveness. Like, I would get defensive about that, too, because I'd be like, well, hey, man, that's not right. I want to be able to choose who I want to be with. But, like, when I think of my ex-boyfriends, I wouldn't want anyone else having sex with them. It's an emotional attachment, because I've had sex with them. It's kind of like claiming rights, but even guys that I've had, like, a one-night stand with, I'll still look at them and be like, oh, you know, you have been up inside me. So
right, it is some kind of attachment.
I think a lot of women are pessimistic these days and seeing what's going on out there to all their friends, and maybe they've experienced it once or twice, if not more, themselves, where guys will have no emotional attachment to them, so they decide, even though they're going against science, they convince themselves that they have no emotional attachments when they have sex. But they do, Terry, and all they're doing is lying to themselves and trying to protect their own minds and egos, and it's just
You're right. It's not a bad thing, because understand that this hormone...
Of course it's a bad thing to lie to yourself. Be true to yourself and know what you're really thinking. thinking. Don't masquerade what's actually truly going on in your mind.
But understand, too, that this hormone, as women that we produce, it also comes into play in other aspects of our life, not just with the people that we sleep with. It's produced when we have children, so it helps in the bonding with our children. So it's a positive thing.
Right. I'm not saying that hormone is a bad thing.
Right, but and it's not, we do have a choice of who to sleep with. We can say, yes, I want to sleep with Hot Shot Scott.
Wow.
Granted, yes, she said
right. Okay, call her back.
And when if you can lay it down and my oxytocin kicks in, sure, you're going to feel some attachment. But
you bring the oxytocin, I'll bring the Oxycontin.
No one said it's a bad attribute.
Well, but you make it sound horrible.
It works against you, and I'd rather not have it. No one's saying it's not a nice quality, that when you have sex, isn't it beautiful? Isn't it wonderful that when you have sex with someone, that you, in the grand scheme of it, though, isn't it terrific that if you have sex with someone, that after the fact, you should feel some emotional attachment, and that should kick in by nature automatically? But with that said, I'd rather not have it. And the fact that men don't have it actually works more to their advantage than their disadvantage.
It works more to your advantage.
That doesn't make it not a nice quality, though. It's a very nice quality. It's a very sweet quality.
Well, then it explains why there's so many women and guys out there with daddy complexes because, their dad doesn't have oxytocin and doesn't know how to bond and be emotional.
But there have been so many times where I've wanted to not have that emotional.
Sure, there's plenty of times, but
I'm envious of guys.
And you should be envious of guys, especially in this aspect.
You know what, I am.
Okay,
but
well, thank you. Thank you. And you should like being a girl, because I like being a girl. Anyway, yes, thank you for being so honest. And once again, Terry Free, thank you for coming on the program and having trouble navigating your way through honesty and reality and all the things that make you feel uncomfortable. Oh, it's a shame.
I'm not uncomfortable. I'm good.
Talking Steve, are you ready to talk now?
Talking Steve, yes, are you done?
Sorry about that.
I'm ready. Yes.
So I had a couple things that I wanted to talk about.
All right. That's why I thought you might have called the program. Yes, Talking Steve.
What's that?
Typical stoner. Go ahead, Talking Steve. Yes. We're waiting for your comments, please.
Thoughts on the Heath Ledger overdose?
A resident expert is going to give us his area of knowledge as far as it pertains to Heath Ledger's tragic passing yesterday. Go ahead, yes.
Okay, I think that there's a couple of possibilities what they'll find in his toxicology that would have a fatal overdose with the Ambien.
Right.
And that's a barbiturate like Xanax or mixed
I brought up
alcohol.
Xanax. Yes, I win the draft. So you're thinking Xanax. You're thinking when the autopsy's done, it's going to be Xanax, alcohol, and Ambien.
And probably some Oxycontin, some opiates.
So you're saying, all right, let me see if I got it right now.
Yeah, he is.
He's putting all the drugs in one big barrel, so when they come out with the autopsy, he's going to say, yeah, I nailed it.
Exactly.
Did you say opium? You're saying Oxycontin? You're saying Ambien? You're saying...
saying what can be fatal when it's mixed with Ambien. I've had a buddy overdose from that, so I actually, I'm talking from experience a little bit.
But you're feeling really confident, although they're suggesting that there was just nothing but Ambien found around him, that there's going to be other levels of drugs in his system.
Yes, exactly.
All I had to see was that interview, and I'm convinced.
Yeah, I watched the interview, too, and yeah.
And it's now available. The interview that you're referring to is on the front page of the TManShow.com. Mm-hmm. And if you have to pinpoint one drug that you're riding all your marbles on as far as that being in a system, you're going with Xanax and you're not looking back. Is that right?
That's right. I think that's the most fatal mixed with Ambien.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to talk about the Wii syndrome. That's funny because that is true. I've actually got that.
Why do I get the feeling watching you playing Nintendo Wii would be the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, that I'd be peeing in my pants there, Toking Steve? Why do I get that feeling?
It probably would be because I just had surgery on my wrist and my hip, so I'm pretty gimped up right now. But
I'll be over later.
Yeah, what drugs you got?
If you want me to bring my Wii down to the station and get a good laugh, I'm down for it.
Entertainment.
So why would a guy like you, who sounds like a guy who doesn't really get off the couch more than he needs to, have to get all these surgical procedures?
Because I broke my arm when I was working, and I fell like 15 feet down to a basement.
Ouch!
And I broke my arm in half, and so they just put in they took out bone marrow out of my hip and put in a titanium rod and 8 bone screws in there.
So you literally broke your arm bone in half?
Yeah.
It totally snapped.
That's what you get for working.
Yeah, it was in like
Warn you
it was
about
in a
that
U-shape right below my wrist.
All right.
Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. And that was like a year and a half ago, and they did surgery on it once, and they totally screwed it up even worse. And now...
So what medications did they irresponsibly prescribe to you there, Talking Steve?
Irresponsibly.
And then I got prescribed marijuana, too.
Really?
You got prescribed marijuana, and you got prescribed Oxycontin.
Well, not the Oxycontin anymore.
Oxycodone.
But you eventually got, at some point you had a prescription for Oxycontin, is that right?
That's correct.
You can get addicted to that in 2 weeks, right or wrong.
Less than that.
Oh, yeah.
How about a date?
Yeah. That's no joke.
Talking Steve, thank you for your thoughts.
No problem, T-Man. Have a good one. Bye, Chad.
There you go.
Token Steve.
Stoner.
Token Steve.
It's good the stoners are in the workplace.
Nice to know
Makes you
they
feel
like
good.
us.
Yeah. See the biggest stoner we have out there in the listening world? Hardly, Terry. But he's a pretty solid representative, no doubt about it. I'm hearing a lot of rumors right now, Terry. Maybe you can confirm them for me. When was it? Was it yesterday that I was on the air demanding that we get Terry Cam on the TManShow.com? Was it Friday? What day was it?
I can't remember what day, but yesterday we did talk about it, and both days I believe we did.
Okay,
we were talking about that.
All right. I'm hearing very strong rumors. Maybe you can confirm them for me, Terry.
Oh, boy.
Do I have to go to the TManShow.com myself right now and find out whether Terry Cam... Because we're not in the same studio this morning, Terry, as you probably know.
Yeah.
You're right.
Last I checked.
Do I have to go to the TManShow.com right now, as I'm hearing callers tell me to do, because Terry Cam already... Usually things don't get done that quickly for me, Terry. Usually I got to scream about it for at least a month or two. You're telling me that Terry Cam, are you going to tell me, is up and running right now, yes or no?
Yes!
Oh, geez.
Wow.
It is.
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
And get this. No, this is like crazy, okay?
I'm going right now.
No, so you'll be able to chat with me. And if you have a camera, a webcam of any kind, you can actually see me and I can see you.
So the listeners could put their cameras up on the chat area by Terry Cam.
Yes. Like if they have a built-in cam or even a webcam that has the ability to, do that, then yes.
All right, I'm on the TManShow.com right now. I don't see any link for Terry Cam.
No, it should be there.
Do I have to refresh? Where do I go?
There.
What do I do? What part of the page?
Hold on.
Is there a certain part of the page that I'm not seeing here? I thought it would be like in bold print right on the front page.
Go to, I think it's under my page where it says Terry Free.
Oh, I got to go all the way down to you there?
Yes.
The bottom?
Yes.
Oh, they got to make it more prominent than that. They got to make it bigger, bold, neon writing if you can. Terry Cam is up, it's running, it's here, it's now, it's wow. Come on, little tiny writing that says Terry Cam, oh my G. Terry Cam, OMG.
Well, they're working on it. No. Well, and then it should be on the page.
Let me click it on.
I'm not proud
I'm saying, I know it's on the page, but you got to make it more obvious than that. It's like hidden. Oh my gosh, there you are.
Oh, Jesus. She actually flashes her boobs every hour on the hour, so you can look forward to that.
Some stations have traffic and weather on the 8th. We give you Terry's boobs on the half hour.
Wow, half hour now. Imagine that.
Okay, how come I can't see Jazzy?
That might not be a bad thing.
You actually look more Filipino than you really do in real life, Terry. What the hell? I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that, but that is something that I'm obviously noticing here. You're all smiley right now. I can imagine that your emotions get that much more impactful on Terry Cam.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Are. Actually, it's only like, what do they do? Just link up your laptop little camera to the website?
Yeah.
Because I had envisioned, this is fine, I guess this works just fine, but I was envisioning like them actually putting a camera in the studio, a professional-looking camera, lowering it and training it right on you. But this works fine for now.
Those Mac cameras are pretty good, though, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's a pretty good camera. And now she's moving it around. Oh, it was fine before.
Oh, what's that? Oh, there's my key card.
So now when you get really angry at me, Terry, which is like, every other minute,
right,
you can really enjoy it all. Now when Terry's reading a story or whatever, and I'm telling her how boring it is or how stupid she's being or how ridiculous she's sounding, she gets all mad, ladies and gentlemen. Now you're going to have to rush to Terry Cam.
Rush.
To just see the level of seething that Terry is undergoing.
I'm on the website. Where is the link? I can't find it.
Again, go to me.
Oh, go to you.
Like,
okay.
Go to my personality page.
All right, I got it.
Yeah, and you're right. So we'll work on that. Man, yeah.
Well, now I'm noticing that your talking is not actually linked up to, there's a delay system
gonna be a
and
delay,
everything.
of course.
Yeah, they're still working the kinks out.
No, but there's going to be a delay.
Oh, yeah. I got one right, my lower back.
There she is. Look at her. Wow.
Yeah, there she is.
It's going to take about 10 seconds, but then... that wasn't bad. 4 seconds?
Yeah.
That's sort of how Terry's brain works anyway, though, half
So
the
if
time.
I get angry at you, I can, do
so
lewd
if Terry
things.
gets angry, if you hear her, lashing out, you can actually have a few seconds, depending on what station you're listening to.
Right.
Some stations have a longer delay than other stations we're on. I think some have a 7-second delay.
No.
There's Hot Shot.
Don't put it on me.
I think there's one station that has, an 18-second delay because they're so worried about it.
Did you see Hot Shot?
Some of the things that we're saying, if you want to catch Terry on Terry Cam, you may have upwards of 18 seconds to go check it out.
I feel sorry for the guy that was trying to rub one out real quick, and then you flash over to me. Oh, you ruined it. Back from scratch.
Who knows? Maybe you made it that much better.
Who knows? You never know.
Hot Shot and a beanie. Are you kidding me?
Shocker,
for me every time.
Oh.
See, now I'm getting people, especially our gay friend, who's saying he can't log on to the chat.
Gay
so I don't
operator?
know. Yeah.
I just tried it, and you look like you.
Yeah, but he can't chat. Can you chat to me now?
I don't know.
So people having chatting problems because of this?
How much access do we need to Terry Free, by the way? When is this going to end?
I just wanted to see if they would do it. I just wanted to see what it would be like to have Terry Cam. And we're going to have... These are the things I asked for the website. Because everyone around here, because I've been getting so many emails from listeners saying the website sucks, and no one's updated it in forever, and even when they updated it sucks, and I can't help but agree, and I had certain demands that I wanted. The first demand I wanted, but I really wasn't sure, was Terry Cam.
And you got it.
I just think it's something stupid. I just think it's...
Wow.
Well, no, I'm not. You're not stupid, Terry. Well, I mean, not
there are times.
But I think Terry Cam is a really interesting idea, and it will stay that way for about maybe another 2 minutes. But anyway.
Oh, okay.
No, it's going to be great for a long time to come. Terry Cam, is it going to be an institution, Terry?
Everybody's in there now. I got Jazzy, I got Muffin Pirate, I got...
Oh, geez. Well, if you got Muffin Pirate...
Oh, there's Gay.
Okay, so the other things I asked for is I want people to be able to live text message the program so we can read them on the air. That's another thing I asked for. And what's the other thing I asked for? I asked for, what was the other things I asked for? What were my demands? What were my other demands?
I can't remember.
I can't remember my own damn demands, Terry.
I know. You have so many.
Else I wanted. There was something else I wanted immediately.
I
don't remember, but whatever it was, get it for me quick.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm very happy that they got Terry Cam so up and running so quickly.
Right.
But just seeing that they used your laptop camera shouldn't have been that big a deal, so don't get all crazy patting yourselves on the back around here. For those right now, you did a nice job, and I appreciate it, but it obviously didn't take much work. I thought they were going to be lowering cameras in. We get multiple angles.
The booms coming in.
Terry Free under the console camera.
Do we really need Terry's VJ in HD, though, really? We don't need that.
See, I can move it around, right?
Oh, jeez.
See what I'm wearing?
Yeah, leave it right there. Leave it right there.
Here's my boobies.
You got camel. Oh, you do have big boobies. Wow.
God,
Don't they look big?
Women love it.
They look better.
Huge.
Leave it like that for
Do you want me to?
Just leave it like that.
Well, then I can't do work.
No, don't move it. Just like that. I'm actually enjoying this. A little bit lower. Just a little bit lower so you can see the top of your jeans. No, don't scrunch up like that.
Oh, no.
A little bit lower.
How am I going to do work?
Just a little bit lower. A little bit. Come on, pan down a little bit. What are you waiting for?
We're like the first people to ever have webcams.
Little bit. Right there. No. A little bit higher so you can see the bottom of your hair. I kind of like that look. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they are monsters, aren't they?
Right there. That's nice.
Do you need to take a picture?
That's nice. www, not that you need the W's anymore, theTManShow.com to join in on the fun of Terry Cam.
So if I put the cam on my beast, does it add 10 pounds?
Oh, it is.
I think it does.
I'll be trying that during the break.
Those are really...
And then you'll be up to 2.5 inches. Okay. 1-866-663 T-Man. Let me go to Desiree in Dublin. Yes, Desiree.
Hey, going back to the hormone, I just want to call bullshit on the study.
Oh, jeez.
You can't say that word on the air. You cannot say that word on the air. Now that you know why we have a 17-second delay or whatever it is in some stations. Yes, Desiree, you can't say the S word.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Then why? I'm not going to talk from personal experience or anything, but think about it. On the hormone, if the hormone's released from sex, then why does the cleanliness occur after the sex? The hormone isn't being released any further. So I don't understand how they're tracking the cleanliness and the attachment and all that stuff back to the hormone if that doesn't occur until after the sex is done. I'm not.
We don't know if necessarily the hormone is released because it gets thrusted out of its shell because you got banged so hard during sex. We just know that something transpires mentally, as far as chemically, in your brain upon the act of sex that will carry over for some period afterward that allows you and gives you no choice but to become, on some level, emotionally attached to the person you had sex with. It happens for a woman. It doesn't happen to a man. That's the study that just confirmed something we already pretty much knew coming into today, but we know it for more of a certainty because of this study that was released just over the past couple of days. So I don't, again, know if it's something that gets jarred loose because you're having sex so vigorously or such in an unbridled fashion, but it's something that happens chemically to you ladies and not men.
Yeah, right. I'm not debating that women and men handle sex differently at all. I think that that's a hard point to debate. All I'm
Terry, the camera's not on your boobs. Put it on your boobs. Go.
I'm trying to talk and listen and chat. I can't do all that when, I can't. It's hard for me to read dialogue.
When you're working, though, you look so sad.
Well, I'm reading and chatting and doing 50 million things.
Wait, when the camera's on your boobs, you can't do your work on your computer?
No, because I have to lean down and look at the screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. That's why they need to lower a camera in the studio. But all right, this is good for now.
Okay.
What were you saying? We done, Desiree? Okay.
Oh, you didn't even
let's see. Let me go to Amanda. You're on the air, Amanda. What do you got, real quick?
Oh, T-Man, I just wanted to say that I have several guys that I'm involved with purely for sex, and it's like an ongoing thing, and I don't get attached to them whatsoever.
Well, somewhat you do. You have to. Just be...
No, I don't.
She doesn't acknowledge.
She won't acknowledge it. You're right.
Purely, no, they contact me, and it's purely sex. That's all.
Hey, listen, there are a lot of people that are a lot of things that don't acknowledge that they are the way they are. I mean, even to use the homosexual community, there's a certain faction of homosexuals that will go about their lives denying who they truly are. It's a sad story, but it's the reality of certain people's situations. It goes across the board on so many fronts where people will be one way but not acknowledge it, and if you don't acknowledge it, it's almost like it doesn't exist. It's a defense mechanism, and this is just the way you're going about your sexual, promiscuous life. Now, I love you for it. Don't get me wrong. No. I want more women to be the way you are, but don't tell me that somewhere deep, deep inside your brain is not a emotional bit of physiological chemistry that exists that you're suppressing and denying. It's there.
Actually, I swear it's not. I really have like a male mentality. I will just sleep. I mean, it's just pure like sex. I mean, I just need the release, and that's it.
All right. Well, I challenged her. She stuck with it, Terry, and there are exceptions to every rule, and maybe she's the exception.
Right.
I would venture to say that these women that are, as Amanda claims she is, have a lot of masculine qualities, Terry, that actually turn me off to a large degree. I like promiscuous women, don't get me wrong, Terry, but I don't like my women being of a high level of masculine qualities. I like my women to be as feminine as possible. That's what the T-Man wants.
Right.
Because I know everyone's so damn interested, especially the ladies. What does the T-Man want from me? Because I want them so bad. What do I want? I want my women to be as girly and feminine as possible. Not bouncy, stupid, overdo this, overdo. I want them to be really feminine, Terry.
Yeah.
So I want all those women to start chatting with Terry so I can check you out on the tmanshow.com. Because anyone to start chatting can throw their pictures up there. Is that what you're telling me, Terry?
Well, if you have a video camera, we're getting it, again, the kinks worked out, where you can actually, if you're in the chat room, you can see everybody on the cameras that has cameras.
It's so Filipino.
What do you want? I am.
I know.
Here, let me open up my eyes and be a lot more so Filipino.
No, I don't want you to open your eyes, but jeez. And your emotions are so much more exaggerated. When you're working, you look like you're working really hard. When you're sad, you look like you're really sad. When you're happy, you look overly happy. It brings out all the just
it overemphasizes everything. You're right. You're right. It does.
Yes. Wow.
Yes. Yes.
It's exciting.
Did you know this camera's going to be turned on this morning? Because you don't look like you have full board makeup on.
I do, actually.
Oh,
yeah. And that's the other thing. It's not a really, really good
Well, you better
picture.
pancake it on from this point forward.
Jeez. How about no?
Terry Cam is up and running. Enjoy it for the rest of time. www.thetmanshow.com for Terry Cam.
The T-Man Show. He's a gay phone operator. He's so gay. He's
Hit it. No.
operator. And now,
It's not going to go.
a good morning.
What are you boys doing back there?
Good morning.
Oh, jeez.
How you doing?
You guys having a little trouble back there? You all right? What's the story?
Sounds like it.
Just getting things together.
I'm trying to get
So
my
maybe
webcam to work in the chat room.
Okay, listen. Just because we're all excited, kinda, about Terry Cam, the luster's already fading quick.
Wow.
Even though we're all geeked out about Terry Cam, doesn't mean that you have to jump in this pool too, gay.
No, I want to do it.
Ruin it for everyone and have your video likeness up there as well, all right? I never asked them, by the way, to have all the listeners be able to put their... I guess it's a nice touch, but it also has its downside that I can already see.
What's that?
Comments?
Yeah, okay.
There's a lot that is a downside that I don't know why they can't just listen to me and just simply something like putting Terry Free Cam. I like Terry Cam. Why they gotta put Terry Free Cam? That's funny.
No.
Terry Cam is funny.
Okay, so we'll change that.
And I'm hearing feedback now. I mean, there's all kinds of problems now. You know what? Gotta ruin everything.
Well, they're working on it. It's still, in its baby stages. Infant stages.
But I will cut it off at its legs before it even starts, Terry.
Uh-oh.
Terry Cam may be a one-day thing.
Watch
I'm not happy with this.
Keep it on. Keep it on.
All right, take it easy. A gay phone operator being a part of it certainly doesn't help. I'm hearing all kinds of feedback now. I think, they have sound as part of Terry Cam? Is that something they're doing?
Just the show.
Do they have sound? Can they hear us during the breaks and stuff on Terry Cam?
I don't know how that works.
I don't want them to hear some of the things I say to you during breaks, Terry, and some of the things I say, period. I don't want that.
Okay.
I don't want all this chatting going on.
Man, they're chatting like crazy.
Gay's trying to get his video up there. I don't want that.
Definitely don't want that.
I mean, that ruins Terry Cam. I want to look at Terry's boobs. I don't want to see Gay's stupid mug up there.
Uh-oh, I just saw Gay's video. It says, oh, there's Gay. Oh, my gosh.
All right, listen, this is not what Terry Cam was supposed to be.
He's green, though.
Oh, it's my camera. I'll fix it.
Green gay.
So that means, T-Man, that anybody who's in the chat room, who can see this can see Gay as well.
All I asked for was Terry Cam. Why do they got to put all their stupid bells and whistles on there? Why?
Jimmy Fred that said that Gay should jump off a bridge.
In the chat room?
Yes.
Well, that's the first right thing that was said.
Wow.
I don't know. All of a sudden, you turn on this Terry Cam, hearing all kinds of angles of feedback going on. That's another thing that is bugging me. But what can I do for you, Gay? How can we move this along, please?
Okay, there I am on my cam. Yeah, it's right there.
Okay. Oh, jeez. This is not what it was supposed to be. Oh, look at your silly little mug. Red T-shirt with his red hair and his stupid red goatee.
So
and he's scratching himself already. He's so
my
gay.
God.
Why are you scratching yourself? Take a shower. What is wrong with you?
I'm fine. I'm clean. And I smell pretty good.
Okay, you know what?
I do. No teeth.
I'm already turning off my Terry Cam. This is not what I asked for. This is not what I want. This is not what I need. I've had enough Terry Cam for a lifetime now.
Oh, we're done?
That's it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What is that?
I
Now
don't
what is
know.
that? Oh, jeez.
Okay, there we go.
You want to see
Let's
my
go
boobs?
back.
I'll show you my boobs.
All right, this
is stupid.
What are you... Oh, jeez. You know... Terry, what do you got there, please? Let's go back to basics.
Okay,
Just to ruin things all the time, this guy.
How am I ruining it?
Apparently in Mexico City, they have now
Actually, is Vinnie the Pooh there?
Yes.
Have Vinnie the Pooh sit in front of Terry Cam and mouth as if he's you. So anyone who may be jumping on right now will actually think that you're Vinnie the Pooh.
I think his voice got deeper.
Yeah. I'll actually think he's a guy.
Vinnie the Pooh, do your best to try to mouth along extemporaneously. I know you don't know what Terry's about to say, but do your best to mouth exactly the words that are coming out of her mouth so we can, and try to, like, act as if you are her. Whatever kind of look you have to make your face have. Let me see it.
Are you ready?
Are you doing anything, Vinnie the Pooh, or did my computer lock up here?
No, he should
any
be.
Expression whatsoever. Is that the way he's going about being Terry Free, an expressionless look, or what?
No, he should be talking right now. Okay. Can you see him talking right now?
Yeah, also not
okay.
Back for the buck I was looking for. All right, go ahead, Terry. Let me hear what you got. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll try this. In Mexico City, they are now having women-only buses due to guys groping the women too much on, co-ed buses.
All right, that's not working for me either. Thanks, Vinnie. Get Terry back there, please.
Well, at least look at his big old mug. He's trying to put it really close to the camera.
He's got the smallest head in the world.
I know he does. I know.
Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Terry, what are you saying now in Mexico City? What's happening?
They are now doing women-only buses in Mexico City.
Women's-only buses. Yes. Why? Because the men can't keep their hands to themselves? The buses are too crowded in Mexico City. Is that what it's come to?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So they are offering for women that are tired of getting their nipples twisted to the point where they're purple, they're offering women now a women's-only bus, but you got to wait at the bus stop for 3 hours for it to come because it only runs once every 3 hours, and by then you've been gang raped by about 16 people.
Wow.
So
no, that's
the
not
offer.
true.
Thanks. I think I'll take the regular bus.
I'll take the grope and be on time to work.
Oh, my gosh. Actually, no. They started running them last week, and they're going to expand to 15 more routes over the next couple of months, and so far, they're pretty popular.
I'll take the thanks, but no thanks for cupping your ass with my hand, with your hand, and I'm at work on time. Okay. So they're being offered what? How often? More often than every 3 hours. Is that right?
Yes. Okay. They're adding.
All right.
Yes.
But this is what it had to come to.
Yes.
Because the dudes down there couldn't keep their hands to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, on their bus system. Nice. Pretty crowded there.
Mm-hmm.
We've been on crowded, buses and stuff before.
And I still say to this day, Terry, I didn't mean
Japan.
to slip.
I know.
I don't know how my penis wound up in your forehead.
Wow.
What else? What else is happening, please? Are you still there?
I'm here.
Woo!
What are you doing? What are you typing?
He is laughing.
I realize you can just X him out, though, if his camera appears on your window. You can just X him out.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't even want him to be up there able to be offered.
Yeah.
I don't want any cameras. I just wanted Terry Cam. It's just supposed to sit there through the show. So anyone that hears a certain story that wants to see what Terry's reaction is, or they feel like they just want to watch Terry throughout the entire show, can do that. I don't need extra bells. I don't need extra whistles.
Oh, come on. It's fun.
I was never into the whistle pop, Terry. The lollipop did it for me.
Yeah.
The whistle pop was cool, man.
It was a lollipop with a on the top.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's great.
I just got my son a whistle pop the other day, yeah.
Did you?
Anyway.
I like spin in the lollipop.
Okay, listen. I don't want to hear about any gay reference you're ready to make.
It wasn't a gay reference.
I'm sure it was. What is going on in your life these days? Was there anything else you called about gay, or are you just excited to be on Terry Cam?
Well, I'm a little depressed.
Yeah, you sounded.
Well, I try.
Well, Terry Cam must have rid you of that depression that you originally
That
thought
helped
you were
a
calling
lot.
about.
That helped a lot.
What are you depressed about?
I
Let me
had a
hear
dog. I got a
20
dog
seconds or less.
I got
What?
a dog, and I had to give it away.
I got a dog.
I did.
Yes, you got a dog.
His name was Bear.
Cute.
All right.
It fit really well.
Oh,
Everybody
wow. That's...
Not bad. You're gross.
Only they did. Okay, yes. So you got a dog named Bear, and what happened?
I had to give it up.
She got 2 cameras?
It was too much hair, too much responsibility. Had to take it out to pee all the time.
Oh, jeez. That is part of having a dog.
It
sucks that I have to go to the bathroom.
You actually have to take care of it.
You should have it surgery so it doesn't have to go to the bathroom ever.
So I hope you're not acting like you miss your dog when you're the reason that you decided the dog wouldn't be able to stay around. You're so freaking lazy that you weren't able to maintain the dog, so don't act like you're missing it.
No, the hair was really bad, too, and it was like my allergies were acting up, and I just had to get rid of it. So.
All right, so you tried out being a dog owner for 2 days, you realized it wasn't for you, and you moved on with your life. What else? Anything else going on in your life that's interesting? Or don't pretend like that's some big moment in your world.
Well, it was important because I wanted a dog for a long time, and I realized that, I was a fool and I couldn't do it.
Well, that's because you're a self-centered sociopath.
I am not.
And you're lazy. We couldn't take it out to go to the bathroom.
Why are you saying I'm lazy? I'm not lazy.
Because you brought up that you had to take it out to go to the bathroom. Of course you do. What do you think you have to do with it?
Well, I was going to get those potty
in the toilet
pad
every
things.
time?
No, I was going to get those potty pad things and try
You
to
barely take yourself out to go to the bathroom. You sit there with your adult diapers on. You're so freaking lazy. What do you expect with the dog?
Well, it was a small dog. It was going to be like a little bit of pee and poo. It should have been fine.
Don't you have enough going on in your life? You see, here's what happened. I can pretty much already guarantee you what happened. Gay and John, if you remember last week, were at each other's throats, and it peaked. Every once in a while, Gay and John, 2 fellow callers to the show, get at it so violently that it ultimately comes to a peak. And last week was the peak when Gay called the police and had a report made up on John, and Gay then, to make it extra climactic, said John's real name on the air. You remember the moment where he said Eric Burkhardt?
Yes, I do.
Freaked out.
He got really quiet and then threatened him again very
John went
seriously.
Into an absolute all-out panic because his real name was said on the air. I don't know why that's so significant to him, what the big deal really is, but he went into an absolute tailspin. So that combined with the police report that Gay made on John actually has now John leaving him alone. Right or wrong, Gay?
So far, he has left me alone, which
Exactly. And you're realizing how bored you are without him. You're realizing how lonely your existence is. You're realizing how time is standing still, how the days are going much slower when you don't have that excitement, that passionate moment in your life. You love John. I've said that all along, and you probably realize that better right now than you ever have. True or not true?
Not true.
Whatever.
I would never love Eric Burkhardt. I would never be with Eric Burkhardt.
Whoa, easy,
never gonna
dude.
get anything out of me, in me, or on me.
But you miss Eric Burkhardt. You miss the drama. You miss the intensity. You miss it all.
No, I
and
don't.
You know that's true.
No, I don't.
And this is why you decided to...
Deal. Even if he ever texts me again, I will never talk about it. I will never mention it because that's what he wants.
But he hasn't texted you in the past few days. When did the text stop?
I'm not saying he hasn't texted me. I'm just saying I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
Has he or has he not texted you in the past few days?
He just texted me just now.
Whoa. Before that text, when was the last text you got? Be honest.
Here, I can tell you.
I bet you it's been about at least 4 or 5 days.
No, I
bet you since that day that you filed the police report, he stopped calling, texting, and coming over your joint. Right or wrong?
Okay, first of all...
And that's why you decided to get a dog over the weekend, finally, because you realized how quickly loneliness will creep in. And that's why you realized a couple of days later that you're not a dog guy because you're a lazy good-for-nothing.
I'm not a lazy good-for-nothing. And the last time he texted me was on the 17th, the day I called the police.
Whoa.
Exactly. So my theory is perfectly on target, Terry.
Well, yeah, because he realized he was being a total ass.
And I'm not saying I actually did say you're a lazy good for nothing, but I don't really actually mean it. I think you have a lot to offer, but you're just too lazy to be that way. So good for nothing, probably not the case.
What the hell is that supposed
good
to
for
mean?
something, but
I'm
you're
not
good
a
for
lazy
something,
good
but
for
because
nothing.
you're so lazy,
I am
the
not.
things that you're good for don't actually happen.
No, I have a job. I contribute to society.
Right.
I'm,
How do you help somebody? What do you do?
You have a job where you sit exactly where you're sitting right now. That's a lazy person's job.
It's not a lazy person's job. Because the circumstances of my job allow me to sit here and work from home does not make me lazy.
Does your job pay you enough where you're considered middle class or no? What do you make?
I'm not going to tell you what I make.
I want to know what they're paying a dude who doesn't have to leave his house, who sits in the very same chair that he's sitting in right now on a stupid little gay cam. I want to know what they're paying you to do whatever they're having you do. What are they paying you? Over or under $30,000 a year?
I'm not going to talk about that.
Over or under $40,000 a year?
I'm not going to talk about that.
Does it include benefits? If they include benefits for him not having to get dressed ever or leave his bedroom ever and leave his house ever, well, then they're stupid. Are they giving you health benefits or no?
Unfortunately, currently, I don't have health benefits.
Well, that's smart of them. They should never.
Why is that smart of them?
Yeah, they don't want to give it to him.
If a job that you're doing doesn't require you to get in a car and actually breathe fresh air, there's no reason to give that person health benefits.
Especially with that risky lifestyle.
Oh,
jeez.
That has nothing to do with it. A job should offer health benefits.
Imagine the
no
results of the results of the physical that come back when he gets health insurance in life.
CEO goes, no.
I can pass the physical now.
Well, isn't that lovely?
You want to give me one?
What do they pay you to sit at home with your stupid headset on and talk to people all across the country and be a customer service guy, which I'm sure you are, even though you don't talk about what you do?
No, and I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about my pay. I'm not going to talk about what I do.
Well, there's obviously nothing else that you could be doing at home with a headset on but some aspect of customer service, right or wrong?
Right.
Okay, so now that we have that nailed down, what kind of customer service are you doing?
Customer support.
I'm
not going to tell you. I am not going to tell you. I'm not stupid. I learned that in the past.
He's a gay phone sex operator.
I'm not a phone sex operator. There's no sex in my name.
Would there ever be, knowing the life that I live, would there ever be a moment where I may be calling a company looking for some assistance and I may wind up directly in your home with you on the headset?
Oh, jeez.
That's all I need to know to prepare myself for the rest of my life.
Knowing the life you live, I would say not.
So the thing that you're doing customer service for is nothing that you would expect I would ever be involved in?
Not you, no.
Why?
Because of the type of work I do.
Why would I not be involved in the type of work you do?
Because it's a totally different industry. It's nothing you're associated with personally, privately, publicly, any of that.
Why? Because it involves things that are cool and masculine, or what?
It's not stuff you're interested in. You're not involved with it at all. You would never call me on the phone.
I'm interested in a lot of things. What am I not interested in? Give me 6 things that you know I'm not interested in. And one of them being the thing that you do. That'll give me a less than 20% chance of understanding what you do. Give me 6 things that you feel I'm not interested in. One of them being the job that you're involved in. Go ahead. Number 1.
From what I know of you, you would not be calling my job. You don't use the programs that I support.
So it's a computer-type oriented technology situation, or what?
I could say that, yes.
Because I'm obviously on the computer all the time, Terry, but when it comes to real technology and hardcore computer issues, yeah, I'll be the first to admit I don't think I'm that guy.
Right.
I'm on the internet at all times.
Right. But you definitely are.
I don't support porn surfers at all.
Oh, wow.
Terry, what else you got there, please?
Well, good news, I guess. If you want to look at it this way, I do. The abortion rate actually has hit its lowest level ever.
Oh, goody. Steve, you're on the air. Hello.
Tuesday.
Hey,
the anniversary.
Yeah, gay, I gotta agree. Gay is lazy. There's no way. I mean, point in case, haven't you offered him like $15,000 to lose like 45, 50 pounds or something like that, and he didn't want to do it?
Yeah, it wasn't 45 or 50 pounds. And
I think it was enough pounds for a lot amount of time for $15,000 that somebody would have lost that weight, and you wouldn't have had as many bills as you do now.
What was the offer, Gay? And then I wound up giving you the money anyway. What was the offer, the original offer for you to lose weight that you actually couldn't even lose 10 pounds back so much?
I had to get under 200 by a certain date.
Mm-hmm. And I would give you how much?
15,000.
And that's when he went
at one point. You actually doubled it to 30.
Right, and that's when he went. Yeah, he had a trainer at one point.
The trainer told him never to come back because of all those gay advances. Remember that?
Freaked out on the trainer.
You can't even go to a gym without causing a scene and getting kicked out.
When you made that offer, I weighed like 390 pounds.
That was a great time in everyone's life.
I know. I wish you were that big now, too.
Yeah, I really wish that there was that guy sitting in front of the webcam right now. Steve, anything else you want to add, or is that it?
No, that's it. You guys have
Thank you, bud. All right, Michelle, you're on the air in San Jose. What's up, Michelle?
Hi, yeah, I wanted to comment on the earlier topic of women getting attached.
All right.
I think women in general get attached, even before sex. Just because I've seen from personal experience and just from, like, friends, girls just, you know, we like to think that, you know, we have someone there. You know what I'm saying? So,
you're more hormonal, too, when it comes to a physical aspect of why you get attached than men do. You have more hormones racing through your beings than the average man does. So it only stands to reason that some of those hormones are going to lead you to be more overly emotional and emotionally attached when it comes to your relationships. But Terry found that study that says, point blank, that emotions will kick in to a further extreme once the act of sex is completed. And that's a shame. Mike in Portland, hello.
Hey, T-Man, how are you?
Pretty good.
Hey, so I had a myth I wanted to ask you about. A fat girl and a little guy. Can the fat girl crush the little guy without knowing it?
What?
Yeah, I was
crush
watching
the little guy
CSI
without knowing it?
Night.
I was
watching CSI last night, and this fat girl passed out on the guy. Oh, I guess you shouldn't say not knowing it. And she pinned him in there, and he died.
So you're not talking about crushing his dick and dislocating it and smashing all that. You're talking about, like, just suffocating him because of her excessive weight.
Yes, and killing him.
Well, I mean, I guess anything's possible, yeah. If she's sitting in the right spot, if she's, you know, laying on the right area, that his overall ability to breathe and get wind is going to be compromised, and obviously he's not able to push her off him because she's just too sizable, and there you go.
All right,
and that was
cool.
they did a whole hour show on that. See, I just sized it up all in.
Yeah, you did.
Man, you didn't even slowly pull your sunglasses off either and
no, that's Miami.
Give some profound statement.
Well, I don't have a T-Man cam on me, or I would have.
Okay, good.
People are asking for the T-Man cam.
Yes.
No, T-Man cam ain't happening. And
I understand that.
Terry cam is going to go through some major adjustments.
Uh-oh.
I'll tell you that right now.
Right.
So consider today's offering of Terry cam as like a collector's item.
Wow, it's like the rookie card.
It's like a rookie card that'll only be out there once. So go to the TManShow.com and see the format of Terry cam the way it is today, because that isn't going to be the way it is tomorrow.
Terry's face ain't no mint condition.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know.
And yours is...
Yeah, it's not either. It's fine.
Turn the camera on Hot Shot.
Okay, hold on. You ready? You ready?
I want to see him.
Is he there? You got him?
Yeah,
Can you see him?
I'm there.
I have a beard. Look at that.
Yeah, he
Coming
doesn't...
in nicely.
Oh, look, he's in the big boy chair.
I must be on a real delay right now because I'm not seeing anything that you guys are seeing.
Yeah, there he is. It'll take you a minute.
I'm way delayed right now.
Wow, why are you so
There's a lot of
delayed?
people on, I think.
Yeah, it's crowded. Do you see him yet?
Yeah, I see him.
You can even see our tech guy in the back, David Noble, who's probably hiding from the law or something, and now he's on camera.
It's like that. It's like that clip I saw in Boys Food with the oblivious roommate.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, which one am I?
That's great.
Guy.
I'm sure he's really excited to be compared to that.
Oh, don't be surprised if he was. What is with all the weirdos alongside Terry Cam?
Oh my gosh, people are going crazy.
What's with the person three screens down, or whatever you call it, Terry, who hasn't moved for about an hour?
I think
need some
I think she needs
resuscitation, or is that a frozen?
Or whatever.
Yeah, is that a woman or is that a man?
It's a woman. It's a woman.
The screen frozen. She hasn't moved. What's the deal?
Same with Andrew. Andrew down there, 420 King. I don't know what his ordeal is.
Well, he doesn't look like he's much of a mover anyway. And The guy at the bottom looks like what?
Yeah, he's moving. He's having conversations.
Does he look like a serial killer? Or
who's the guy with the glasses?
No, the very bottom with the striped shirt.
Very bottom with the striped shirt. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He looks like he would do my taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do your taxes or hack you up in 67 pieces and throw you in the trunk.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the GMF Pike. Is that his?
Yes.
Is that his name?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Very exciting. Very exciting. The launch of Tari Cam.
Yes.
Not Terry Free Cam.
No.
Tari Cam.
Okay.
Gay.
Yeah.
Did you see the signs that Hotshot was holding up, by the way?
Oh, my God.
Oh.
I must admit, Gay, you look rather lean.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, he does.
Considering the pictures that we became accustomed seeing of you through the years, you know, the one with the waffles all over you comes to mind.
That's my first album cover.
Do you still have that picture anywhere, Gay? The one with the waffles all over you? Do you still have that anywhere to be found or what?
Yes, I do.
Can you pass that on to someone so we can have a before and after where you were, where you're at now picture that we can put on the website so we can see the results of the stomach stapling surgery that you got, what, over a year ago now?
Yeah, I'll send it today.
Because to me, that was you at your biggest.
That was my biggest.
That was you at your finest, your biggest. The one with the waffles all over you, yes. Mm-hmm. Look at you now with your stupid little red tee on. Actually wears a tight little tee, Terry, to almost show off his body.
Oh,
so gay.
Yeah, well, you know, the gays do like to wear the tight shirts, and he thinks he's one of them now.
No.
Man.
I don't wear tight clothes.
Everything about you is just so gay.
Not everything.
You don't talk to your dad, everything.
Hotshot likes gay as much as Heath likes pills. Likes pills. That's what one of the chatters said.
Who's Tessa that just came in the chat room?
She is an employee of the Stick Cam.
Oh, she's the one that showed her boobs earlier. When she got out.
She did?
Yes.
All right, Tessa, show them now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not on TNetShow.com, you're missing out on all this. This is an interactive little moment here, obviously, and I want to see Tessa's boobs right now.
Whoa.
What is she waiting for?
Hold on, it takes a few minutes. She's there, remember?
Like she's not hearing me. Oh, now here comes a smile. I think the delay's kicking in. Tessa, we are waiting on your boobies. Wow.
Bit of a smile.
Mm-hmm. What's she doing?
She's reading. Because, reading the chat.
Yes. Well, does she hear me or not?
I'm not sure.
Doesn't hear me?
I don't know.
Here, I'll send her a message. What's B?
All right, you know what? I don't want her to hear it from a gay man.
I hate Bill Gates sometimes.
Especially, I don't want to hear it. I want her to hear it from you. Okay? All right. Okay, wonderful. Whatever. All right. As I said, Terry Free Cam, Terry Cam, whatever they want to call it.
Terry Cam. We're already getting rid of it?
I'm already bored of it, Terry. I need the next thing.
What's the next thing?
I need something new, something exciting. This is old news.
Already?
I don't know.
Terry's Vagine Cam.
No, Terry, no Vagine Cam.
Where are Tessa's boobies?
Yeah, what the heck? Everyone else got to see them?
Now.
It's our system.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Where's the T-Man moment? Where am I? If I ask GMF Pike for his boobies, he's showing me.
She's laughing.
Richmond's showing them too, by the way. I guarantee you.
Yeah, Richmond is.
Tessa knows she wants to see her boobs.
Yeah,
Tessa.
Look at her moving. She's laughing.
Oh, Lord. Dudes are picking up their shirts now. I don't need this. Okay, very good. All right, let me give away a 3-pack of CDs like I did yesterday right now. 1-866-663-T-Man. Yes, actually, the phones still do work around here. 1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. Let me clear the line. She's shaking her head no. Tessa's shaking her head no. Meanwhile, every other guy is showing their boobies. This is not what I had in mind for Terry Cam. I don't need to see your ass, GMF Pike. Thanks a lot. Very nice. 1-866-663-T-Man. Let me clear the lines.
Look at him reach his hand in his pocket.
I know. What is he doing?
Okay, you know what? We don't need running commentary from you. We don't need play-by-play.
I'm having a great day.
Man I'll ever know in my life. What's that?
I'm having a great day. This is fun.
Well, that makes one of us. 1-866-663-T-Man, and you are the first caller. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, that's Willie.
Willie.
Hi, Willie.
Yeah,
that's not the name I needed to hear right there. Willie, where you calling from?
San Jose.
You have just won 3 CDs of your choice. What CDs would you like? Who are you listening to these days that maybe you don't own? Who would you like us to include in your 3-pack?
Don't really matter. Whatever. It's any kind of rap CDs.
All right. You just want us to use our own discretion. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll use the Sugar Hill Gang and anything that has any kind of relationship to rap. Okay, well, it started on back there. Anyway, all right, if you want to leave it to us, I always tell people, hey, why would you leave it to someone else when you know what your tastes are, you know what you're into? What if you get 3 crappy CDs that you're totally not into? Do you want to pick one at least of the 3 CDs, Willie, or no?
Okay, I'll pick one. I don't know if you know it, but it's Andre Nicotina.
Yeah, don't have it. Anyway, thanks for calling. We'll put in whatever we want. Who's Dan Cookie that you're
Dan? It's Dan Cookie is our tech guy.
That's the tech guy.
That's our web guy who helped get this
there
together.
Like work for us or what? Where are the real people?
Well, Gay doesn't work for us. So.
Well, might as well.
I know. And it's David.
Mm-hmm. All right, whatever.
Cookie.
Very nice. Lovely.
Don't you love this?
No.
Oh, all right.
Terry?
Yes, sir.
I'll be spending all day on it.
Well, we found out that Vinnie can actually do this at his club, and so you can see him at his club live at night through the cam.
Watch Vinnie the Pooh, DJ to the stars, in action on the ones and twos.
Yeah.
And turning away every drunk woman that comes up asking to make a request. Is that what we would get out of Vinnie the Pooh cam?
You mean we get to see him put on a pre-produced mix CD? I can't wait for that.
I always wondered what his technique was in hitting play. Now we can see firsthand as Vinnie the Pooh in action could be on Vinnie cam this weekend or what?
Yes.
When's his next club? Vinnie, when's your next club gig? When's your next club gig, Vinnie the Pooh? Can you hear me?
When is it? When is it? Thursday.
Thursday? We may have Vinnie cam at night on Thursday or what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Nobody wants to see the Pooh cam.
All right, no one wants to see fat, gay, lazy cam.
Whoa!
Did that last night.
Well, maybe in an hour, we could have T-Man beat the Patty Whacker cam.
I'm sure they could.
TManShow.com. That'd be quite the moment.
The T-Man Show.